wanna play. These three words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find. We all fly, don't give Buckman the stink eye. Do or die, Schmuel Buckman's an old guy. Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. Go toe to toe with Buckman, he will eat your freaking soul, no doubt. It's Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. We get buck with Buckman, we know you're up to something.
Hello, Schmuel Buckman. It's Monday night. I'm here. You're there. Let's get this show on the road. What's going on? All right. Let's do a chat call first. Oh, look at that. Stealth Chaos is here. I have no idea what he's doing. But, yeah, Stealth is back. I thought he was exclusive to some other guy. Tommy Jordan, I'll wait. Tommy, welcome. Ray Cohn, welcome, Ray. I was thinking about you the other night. I saw that there is Roy Cohn, Esquire. And if you guys haven't seen it, take a watch at the Roy Cohn documentary that's on TV. Don't ask me what channel. Art Bell, Melton said, with KXL, you got to say what your show is about. Reboot. If you cannot, you are in serious trouble. Thank you, Art, for that. Let's just say, Roy, Cigarette Jones. Best mod in the biz is also here. Chris Mack. JFC, why? And I'll leave that up to interpretation as to what the question Chris Mack is asking. And Chris Mack, guys, smart dude. I guess most of you know that already. So Chris Mack, Stealth. I have no personal malice or animus towards you, but you come across as a pretentious, pompous douche in a lot of what you say, and it really distracts people. Also takes away from the points. I would say, Chris, that was an accurate representation. OG Mumbly Nick, wicked. Chris Mack is wicked smart. He sure is. He's the guy in that movie that you have people in Boston with Minnie Driver. And the two guys who like each other. Ben Affleck and what the hell is the name of the movie? Robin Williams, all that stuff. All right. I'm having a senior moment. We'll do that. All right. So, kids, we've got supertip.gg/Buckman. We've got memberships, which would be awesome. If we would get them. Now, why? So this is, I got a new, as you cats know, or have heard, there we go. Look at that. I'm like, I've got 3 tips that I'm supposed to be showing, but they are not in the panel. It says you have 2 unplayed. And what a weird. Oh, there we go. And Sue Party. Thank you very much for the $6, but I can't play those. I do appreciate it, but none of that stuff going on here. But thank you, Sue Party, and for all you cats that know Sue Party. I assume you know what he put in the chat. Chris Mack, we're gonna try to avoid some of this stuff tonight. Right? I didn't mean to attack stealth. My comments were well intentioned, but could have been more cognizant of how it was received. Chris, actually, the deal is stealth is like you had a pretty accurate description of him, but my view, which is probably less generous than yours, is he's needy and he needs attention. And the best way to get attention for him is to say something negative or stupid or whatever, and then people respond to it because they think they're dealing with a rational human being. But they're not. So it's just stealth is being stealth. I mean, there's, how do I say this? There's no, it's obvious why he chooses to align himself with who he aligns himself with, because it's, oh, let's just shit on people kind of guy. All right, we are leaving the X stream and join us here. I dislike X streams for several reasons, but the most important reason of all is how fake the numbers are. Although it's changed, life has changed. We have, according to this, there were 38 people. 8 were on X and 30 were on YouTube. So, wow, that is a big switch, a big switch. All right. Oh yeah. Sambible, Stealth Chaos, more victimhood. Wow. You never catch a break, Haas. So I'm going to just pull back the people that I sent links to because I was on a different device and I want to make sure that they got them, which it looks like they did, but we'll just send them over. And and I asked them to come on about now, I guess. I wanted to get in here first, play the awesome final boss music, and but Chris Mack, you bring up a very interesting point, and we'll get into that in a little. We'll get into that in a little bit, and I this is my first stream in what 4 or 5 days, and I am really thrilled to be here. I'm really happy we were able to pull this off tonight, and but I wouldn't watch a lot this weekend. But I was watching Dave Sauer's show. I'm opening a drink, Red Bull, the drink of champions, and I'm going to ask Final Boss the question. I was watching Dave Sauer's stream and another stream, and I just, when I play back streams on YouTube, am I going to see their chat? Is the question that I wanted to ask, because I'm noticing what you kids would call a pattern. It's interesting because there are some people that seem to like to, what's the word that I'm looking for? I get trolled a lot. I know that shocks you. And I've just sort of been looking, and I've noticed that I mean, I shouldn't say I noticed. I knew this from the very beginning, from early on. It's the same, the insults and whatever, they're the same. And this guy's like reach into a bag of tricks and then they just pull it out. It seems tiresome to me. It seems hacked to me. But it also seems very funny to me that these are the guys that complain about the people doing the same thing over and over and over again. super interesting. I was amazed at how much hate the sorcerer was getting this weekend. That kind of blew me away. Let's see what my boy says. Cigarette Jones, gotcha. Cigarette. Thank you for that. Never get older. It sucks, Schmuel. Hey, man, dude, I'm with you, right? But you've got two choices. You can either get old or you can die, and I'll take the getting old. And I'll take the fact that I'm 64 and pretty damn happy and not 52 celebrating a birthday drunk with a fake girlfriend. But we can go there later. I'm in a kind of a pissy mood, so might be a little bit shit hay tonight, and I shouldn't be. I've had a great week. Actually, a really good week. It's what do you call it? It's Christmas week for me. I always have in my mind that I'm going to have all this time and I'm going to get all these things done, and I usually have more time than average. But other times I don't, and this has been one of those times. Lots and lots of baking going on in the Buckman household. Lots and lots of family to visit and neighbors, and then one neighbor's sister died, and we're on with that. And then my wife threw a surprise birthday party for an older member of our clan who has had a rough go of life. Nothing his fault, but and it wasn't big. It was 18 people, and I get goosebumps just thinking about it. So cool to see how excited the look on his face was that he wasn't all alone, and great fucking job. So I love the wife for that. Now let's see who this guy is and why he's there. Hold on a second. Cancel. And we got to go there. We got to go there. We got to go to layers. This is very being in. There we go. Evie Mux can make changes. Look at that. It's Panhandler,
Why are you in a bad mood?
who's never letting, I'm never going to have other people come on my stream because I have Panhandler on here.
Yeah. What were you just bitching about? Why are
Just
you in a
life
bad
in,
mood?
life in general. No, I was just saying I'm in a pissy mood today.
Nice.
And
I should
and
make it better.
yeah, I totally shouldn't be. I drove up to Paramus today, and I went to lunch with a good friend of mine, and we had a great time. And it was all, but just stuff in general, and as you said the other day, and I don't want to give them a lot of time, but this is my last Monday stream of the year. Not that I do Mondays ordinarily anyway, but I kind of want to. I figure, why not be in a pissy mood for this one? And I've got you on, so the perfect guest for that.
I like it
And
already. I like where this is headed.
I gotta take off these stupid glasses. Sorry about that, kids.
I like them.
My eyes are like super dry or something, and I think whatever. We won't get into medical talk. This is what happens when you get old. You're constantly talking about your medical issues. No, I was bringing up the trollers, and it was kind of fun. It was great to have these guys troll me. I mean, it certainly helped me out more than hurt me by drawing attention to me. But what happens is that at some point it just gets tiresome, you know.
So you're going to
And
fight back? Schmuel's fighting back finally? You've had enough? You're not going to take it anymore?
I'm not fighting back. I won. I won.
All right.
What do you call it? OnlyFans Dan blocked me. So
Did you really?
yeah, ding, 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 ding. I couldn't believe it. I was like, ding, ding, ding. God, you know, I'd had him muted forever. And I was in a thread the other night and I couldn't reply. It was on Twitter. I could not fucking reply. I didn't know why. And you remember in the old days when you would click on somebody, right? It would say this person has you blocked. It would sort of be very upfront. I had to click it a few times for that to come up, and I laughed. I did post it, so I laughed. So I was like, another one of these guys. He's a tough guy, and what's the word that I'm looking for? Fake tough guy, cry bully, all those things. And
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of real tough guys in this universe, to be honest with you.
well, he was making shit. He was making shit comments about my bride, and that was what pissed me off. And
No.
particularly about me heading to I was thrown out of my house, living in my office, and then I'm like, and he wasn't going to do any streams after he was doing the last one, and then he wasn't going to do it. And then I'm like, man, I can't turn on fucking YouTube without seeing this guy's face. You know? And just like going, and I'm like, there's only one way to have that much time. And you can't, how do you have family with a wife and kids at Christmas? So I think there was some projection going on. But Cookie is fantastic. And we are looking forward to Super Bowl. All right, let's get through some super chats here. We've got Roy Cohen Esquire for $1.99. Thank you. There are no winners in the Dabbleverse, Schmuel. Roy, I disagree and I agree. Nobody's winning on these streams, probably. Like, there's no whatever. But I've met a bunch of these people, and they're pretty, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'd say there are some winners here. You know, there's a few guys whose life, you would not mind having. Correcto, Mr. Panhandler?
Anyone's life but mine, I'd probably like to have, other than Carmax, probably.
I think you're just a miserable prick. I think your life is actually pretty good.
Yeah, in reality, actually, my life is. I've been very.
Stevie
I've been
Lou
very
Comedy for $1.99. You are a modern day Abbott and Costello. Well, thank you, Stevie. I appreciate that, and thank you for being a member.
When is Stevie going to come on the show? People are sick of seeing my fat head. You and Stevie is the show. People.
Well, here's the deal. I fucked it up, as
Shocking.
you know I would.
Tracks.
Stevie has the link. I did invite him on, but we were supposed to do this at 7, and the Garden State Parkway and other stuff had other issues. So there we go. Let me go back to where is this? So there it is. Now did it not appear on here? Well, there is a milestone chat. I think I may know what the problem is.
I know what the problem is.
No, yeah, it's not me. No, I think what happens is that Evie Mux does not show milestone chats as special. I asked the question: does the chat appear like if you watch somebody's stream? And
Yeah, I mean, it depends how the creator has it set. If you could replay live chat.
oh, look at you, Mr. Technology.
Yeah, that's me. Or just a loser that watches way too much YouTube.
Yeah, no, I was so I appreciate that the what do you call it, the Nepo kids from Minnesota and whatnot have decided to do 5 or 6 shows about me.
Are you
And-
officially a life form? Is that been
And it
determined?
was I think I'm one of the 2 original life forms. I think my buddy the Final Boss is the other one.
He's the OG.
And that's it. Let's just say Final Boss had Final Boss member for 2 months. I didn't even know that was possible. Final Boss member for 2 months. Schmuel rock and roll. And we have a new song, which I haven't listened to yet. So, yeah, we're working on that. Let's just see.
I'm giddy with anticipation.
Let's just. I know, all right. Well, you don't like. Hey, man, that first one is
Actually,
fuck.
no, I like the song Final Boss made.
I think it's fucking banging. I
It's,
think it.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely an earworm. Like it gets stuck in your head, like annoying.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to describe works that get stuck in your head as annoying, but he did do a good job.
I agree.
$2 Dan, nice podcast, stupid, for $2. How's it feel to be an atheist over the holidays? Better than being alone over the holidays, I'll tell you that. So let's just say,
Well, how are you two crazy kids going to settle this?
settle what?
Whatever this beef is between you two.
I don't really have there's I kind of enjoy it more this way because then I don't really have to talk to him and I don't have to. It's pretty much what I was saying when I read was reading Dave. I was watching Dave Sauer's show the other night, and what do you call it? And in the chat, so Dave was doing a poor chat for MLC.
Yeah, his live stream. Yeah.
Right. So he was live streaming that, and the sorcerer was on.
Oh, this
And
Saturday night.
right, and one of the triumvirate of morons was who's a troll was it's all the sorcerer is a failure. The sorcerer had said he was doing a Netflix thing and that didn't work out. The sorcerer did this and that didn't happen. The sorcerer, and it's like it's just the same shit all the time, you know. Like you're getting all of your joy out of trashing this guy, but going after things, and I'm like, you didn't even try to have a Netflix special. You know what I mean? Like let's not give somebody a hard time for trying and not succeeding, as
Yeah,
opposed
but
to
you realize who you're talking to. I mean, I shit on everything too, so I can't really say too much about that. And the sorcerer's on my shit list too, by the way. That's a
right. But you don't
new
sit
development.
in the chat. Don't disagree with me on this one because I know I'm 100%
Yeah, I don't
right.
continue like I
No, it's
drop a
you
few
don't sit in
comments.
the chat and like one thing after another, after another, after another, and anytime somebody says something, then you got to go. You have to be this constant contrarian.
I mean, I've been guilty of that before, if I'm being honest, but I don't do it as much anymore. You're right. I'll just drop a few I hate yous and then I'll be done with it. I punch out pretty easy, pretty quickly nowadays.
Yeah, I don't. I sometimes I'm not that big in the chats. Sometimes I like to fuck around. And oh, look at this. Nice podcast, stupid for $5. I'm the fake tough guy. You're the dry drunk who skips super chats. Well, not this one. And
I get called that a lot too, dry drunk. I don't know. It doesn't
so
really affect me. I don't know. That
it
insult is kind of lost on me, I guess.
it doesn't affect me either. I mean, the technical definition of it is somebody who's not drinking or not doing substances,
But still the
but
same
still
guy.
exhibits all the addict behavior.
Yeah, no, I know the definition, but I was like, okay. I just don't get to where it's an insult, really. I mean, I don't. I mean,
Well, it would be if you were,
if
you
you're
know,
trying to make changes,
stealing, if you were stealing shit to fund your addiction and then you got sober and you're still stealing shit,
okay.
you know? And, or if you were a liar, or cheat, and a gossip, right? When you were drinking and you still are when you're not. I guess that's what
Yeah,
it would apply. I think it's funny because I don't think these people either understand it or know it. And I think it's just like, oh, it's into that. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's just into this bag of insults, and we're just going to pull out the insult. It's not creative. It's not entertaining. It's just more of the same shit. It's the ball washing, clout chasing, whatever. Let's just, we've got this, pile of insults that we can just drag out and do instead of having to think up something that's related. And AB, Atheist is not an insult, Dan. Not to me. Not to me. I look. I'd rather not be an atheist, but uh, it's where I wind up, and so there we go. Stealth chaos. Chow is such a badass. He even has his own verb. Yes, chowing. Isn't that like the Dabbleverse version of being an asshole?
Yeah, I don't
But
think
what
that's what it
you
is. I
know?
mean,
What do I know? No, I know. Look, people like him. I understand that. I get it. And there we go. Schmuel has a dried charisma all of his own. Yes, my my charisma is dry like my eyes. Um, so
but don't you think you feed into these guys a bit? Like, because you and I have had the ball washing discussion again, and I don't want to go down that road. But you kind of are, and I think you've admitted it. But sometimes you also kind of fight it. So you give them ammo with it. Like when you go back and you deny, the old thing. You just lean into whatever they say, and they eventually stop.
I don't deny being a ball washer in terms of what you think is a ball washer. That's why I kept asking for a definition of it, right? But when Levy was on, it's like, oh, he's a ball washer to get Levy on and stuff. Do the people that watch this show, even if it's only a few of them, not want to not want me to have Bob Levy on? So I'm gonna be a dick to a guy that I'm not. I have no reason to be a dick to, just because I don't want to be thought of as a ball washer. I mean, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, no, I didn't give you any shit about Levy. I mean, having Levy on in this universe is a big deal, regardless of what his showers numbers do, especially for somebody like me who's a big MLC guy, and even his time at Compound. So, now I think everybody pretty much likes Bob, and he's a good guest. So, I think it's the other things that people go at you at there's other people that they go at you for being a
All
ball
right, hold
washer.
on one sec. Let me
Okay.
read Roy Cohen's thing, and then let's go with this. Let's talk about it. Roy Cohen Esquire, $1.99. Why do we have to be anything? No gods, no kings. I'm with you, Roy, but I don't think that most humans. I think they need it. I think they need it. And look, it's certainly been more of a benefit to humanity than not. So there we go. I mean, if you look at the different parts of like Christians, if you look at these like evangelicals, Christians, and you look at like these devout Catholics, on average, they're significantly happier than the rest of the population. So, does it matter that it doesn't, it's not real? I don't know.
Well, I'm a Reformed Roman Catholic. I have all my sacraments, went to Catholic schooling as a young wee panhandler. Now I'm agnostic. But that being said, I do agree, and as kind of a collapsitarian, I agree that society has gone downhill as more people get away from the church, whatever that church may be. I'm not advocating for one religion or other, but I do think a society needs some sort of sense, and I hate to use this word, it's used too much in this universe, especially, but of community. So I think churches do a good job of that. In general, and like I'm talking about in your real life, your day to day, in your town, in your city, where in your own personal space. You know what I'm saying? Like in your day to day real life shit, not this dabbler stuff. I do think it's an overall positive, even though I don't believe in any of that shit. I do think it's important.
Right. Well, the thing is, though, is guys like you and your right wing people, you're very much into
I'm not right wing.
the, excuse me, that, you're not big community guys, right? You're, the hell's the word that I'm looking for? I just had it and it slipped away. When one person, you know, when you believe that your self interest is the most important thing, rugged individualism. Rugged individualism is not consistent with a society. It can be, it could be, but it's generally not,
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree with that. I mean, I don't agree. I agree my politics lean more right if I had to be put on one of the spectrums, but I definitely not right wing at all. Like I'm just more libertarian, and I don't even think I'm that anymore.
Well,
Now I'm down to anarchist, but I think if you look at my tweets or you look at the things I say, people would think that I lean right for sure, which is probably
I
accurate.
look, libertarian to me, like libertarian to me used to mean socially conservative or fiscally conservative, socially liberal. Now I have no idea what it means.
Neither
It's
do
just
they.
hating government, just hating it,
There you go.
hating it, hating it, hating it, hating it. And not, it's kind of stupid because you got to have something that runs these things. And we don't have laws necessarily. Say I don't know, an assault law. We don't have an assault law because of the people that wouldn't assault anyway. We have an assault law because of the people who will. So, laws are there. If you're not a lawbreaker, it won't matter. What happens though now, and I can see that, is it starts to get, we're using the law instead of parenting. So I get it. I get how you feel. I get how it's overdone. But at the same time, do you say, government fucks everything up? Everybody fucks everything up. So does business, right?
Totally agree.
But, and, and are we better off now that we have all of these corporate government partnerships,
No.
right? No, I mean, it's funny because like when I was a kid, one of the big things you didn't want to do was you didn't like labels or logos and shit. Like you didn't want to look like you were bought by a corporation. And now people pay extra for a logo,
Yeah,
you
everybody
know?
looks like they're in NASCAR with a NASCAR race suit on. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I don't want to bore the chat together, but I mean, we could have a political talk one time. I'd like to, if Nick or even if you ever make up with Ava, would be interesting to me. Maybe not anybody else, but
Well,
we kind
I
of got
have news for you in that regard.
Jesus.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the Husey Network, I and Ava will be appearing
Is it
together for the first time in months.
is it just gonna be you two? Because Husey usually has like 6 people on now. It seems like so, or is it? Are there gonna be other people on the panel, or is it just you two and Husey kind of moderating?
I do not know. If you if you read my chat, I think my first choice was that it would just be Ava and I,
Agreed.
and then if it wasn't, I think I said something along the lines of, I don't mind a panel as long as they're not a bunch of morons.
Well, good luck in this universe.
I think that was no, most people aren't, but it's like, look, if we're doing it because we want to have fun and it's comedic and everything else, then yeah, let's just have people that throw shit out, stupid comments on there, right? But I don't really want to have a conversation with somebody who we have such fundamental disagreement with and have Clearwater Chad wanting to talk about popcorn.
No, I
You know,
agree. If it's gonna be like serious, you and I trying to work it out or whatever the beef is, you don't need Dan or Chow or somebody. And that's nothing. I'm not ripping on them, but you don't need to be distracted by that stuff.
Yeah, Sam Bibley. What if me and Stealth had a show together, and part of the premise was we were forced to work together. It could Mystery Science Theater style, like where we're trapped in space and forced to stream together. Sam, I think it would be great. That's my issue with Stealth, right? Like I've wanted him on here. He seems selective about where he's going to go, and then in my view, and I could be wrong, but he seems to get butthurt and then take off. You know,
Yeah, he was on one this weekend. He was on with Carmax and he was on with Mir and I
right? But that's all.
think he went on. Did he go on Papa
That's
Kills? I think he
that's
showed
the
up on Papa Kills Puzzle
that.
Factory at one point.
Okay, all
I
right.
could be wrong.
Did he stay? Like, did he? What?
No, he stayed. He stayed a while on the Mir
Well, the
with
mirror thing. Yeah, of
Mir with,
course he's going to stay. Those are his boys.
and I think he was on a while with Carmax too at one point.
Right. And was he telling Carmax how to live his life? He's actually, I shouldn't shit on him for that. I have to say, the advice that Stealth gave Carmack, this is months ago, was probably the best advice I've seen anybody give him. Not the least of which was stay away from Felicia. And I don't know if I'm misremembering, but I totally believe that he said something along the lines of, you're the draw, not her, and she's using you, which may be true.
Yeah, I'm done with both of them, so I can't. CarMax anymore. Jeff.
Your mic fucked up. Try it again.
Can you hear me or no? Did it?
Yeah, now I can. Yeah, you were
Sorry, maybe I
mumbling
got
for a
too far
second.
away from it. My bad. No, I said I'm done with both of them in the whole ordeal or whatever. But CarMax, I just can't anymore. I just can't. I can't take a grown man crying on stream. I'm done with it. I want somebody to go over a house and really make him cry. So I can't deal with it. I'm out. I'm out.
I've been done with them for a very long
Yeah,
time.
no, I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong. I supported him way too long, but I'm done with this bullshit.
You know,
I'm bored of it. I'm just bored of it. I'm just bored.
well, it makes sense. It makes sense because it's the same. It's basically, uh, right. Be nice, get drunk, be mean, apologize, get drunk, be mean, apologize, be nice. You know, it's just, it's wash, rinse, and repeat.
I'm not even. Yeah, it's that. It's the blocking, the unblocking, and then the more I got to think about it, and I was talking about it a little bit this week. I forgot with who. This weekend, the fact that he just doesn't do a show in the morning and go against Steel Toe to actually do something, and it would be interesting because I do think he would take numbers away from Aaron and just finish Steel Toe off. That would be a big win, in this world in that sense, and it'd be kind of funny to watch Aaron, squeal about Carmax beating him, but he's just too lazy and not disciplined enough to do that. So
Uh, it's a little hard to get up from a morning after you're been up all night drinking,
right, it's hard to get up and do nothing.
right?
After doing nothing the last year.
And well, it's his career, man. That's one of my things. Just not in what's the word that I'm looking for? Not necessarily in streaming and stuff, but just kind of in life where these guys are always telling you what they're going to do, and it's always planning and it's always decision making, and nothing ever changes.
There is
It's
a
just
lot
the
of that
same shit.
in these shows. There is.
I think of Joey Catalano. What is do you know MGD's Twitter handle?
It's a Mag something,
Okay.
MAGGED, Mag something.
I'm was avoiding there we go. Magged yourself. I just posted a tweet just to her.
I'm sure that'll be received well because
She's
she's.
cool. She's
Yeah, it depends on the moment. I mean, she went off on me the other day for absolutely no reason, and then 2 seconds later, she's like, "Just kidding," and it happens like once every quarter. She's fucking nuts,
she
man.
yeah, you know what?
I mean, that's another thing that makes me between her and Ava that Ava never shuts the fuck up, and MGD is a total fucking loon. Like maybe they really are women. So yeah, love doing both. So
I never knew what do you call it? I know nothing about MGD's gender or any of that stuff. To me, just a picture. I don't and
yeah, who knows? I mean, I haven't seen
I
her
don't
fucking crank. I'm just
I
going on
just
what other
don't
people
care.
say. You have no idea.
Well, do you want to see her crank? Is that what this is all about?
I don't know. How cold is it? How lonely am I? I mean, there's a whole bunch of other factors. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. For the longest time I thought it was a bit, and then somebody told me, yeah, no, she really is trans. I was like, okay.
I do that thing with people like MGD or anybody, like when they shit on me. I'll get a DM or something that'll say, you need to do better. And then I'll be like, explain that. What do you mean by that? You know? And she's pretty cool. The other ones, what do you call it? Usually generally fall into the fuck you, Schmuel arena. But I don't know. But MGD and I have a Polish thing that goes back and forth with
Don't get me wrong.
Polish
I
food.
I mean, I liked MGD from the beginning. I think she should cam up. She says she never will. I think it would be great for the Dabbleverse if she just made one appearance or whatever. But she wants to be obstinate and a pain in the balls and just yell at people, and I respect that too. Like I said, she's fucking crazy.
I I agree. I like her to cam up. I'd like to see more women
I agree. I think Kim Nicholson trying to be a guy. I think she'd
but
be good. She's done well. Excuse me, on the few shows I've seen her on. I do think we've talked about it before. As brutal as this world is for the guys or whatever, with all the hate chats and shit, it is, and I hate women too, but it is it does get even worse for them, I think.
well,
And I
they attack their appearance and stuff like that, right? Not it's not for the most part, it's not about what they do. It's like sort of typical misogynistic behavior. Oh, you got pancake tits, or oh, you're a woman. You can't possibly know what you're talking about.
You and I get attacked for our looks every day. I just think guys grew up getting their balls busted. Like it's just a different
John
experience.
Mack, number 57. Why Panhandler is my guy. Jumping off Clowntown when that child Dave Sarah started playing
Oh yeah.
a
Dave
fucking
really pissed
video
me
on
off.
game.
Really pissed me off. It's Saturday night. Yeah, I did jump off the show. I was like, I
Dave
can't.
was playing a video game on Clowntown?
Yeah, this is the thing with Dave. This is what pisses me off. That he'll do whatever KB says. He'll never be and I get that it's Clown Town. It's not really a show. It's just a hang. But he was just being like so disrespectful and dismissive of everything when we were having a conversation. And then he just started, and he didn't like it. And instead of just jumping off or muting himself or going off camera or going to make a bowl of oatmeal or whatever the fucking cokehead does, he just starts playing a video game and just And I was like, all right, I was just in no mood for it. So I was like, all right, I'll just leave.
Wow. I love Dave, right? Like, and he actually, he knows, he can just come in. He's a mod and shit, or an administrator. But I get the video game stuff. I find a show hard to watch with that. And then other times I find a show hard to watch because there's so much fucking going on, you know? Like, we got this over here and the chat's there, and then he's playing Call of Duty there, and I'm very confused.
Yeah, it's AHAD, excuse me, it's ADD, excuse me. I just can't. And I like Dave. I think he's a very nice guy. He's a sweet guy, but he drives me crazy. So
I do think though that younger people, because that's who seems to be like in his chat and stuff, I think they're more, particularly these guys on the computer, they're probably more akin to doing that stuff. Like, I'm sure they have, they might have 3 or 4 YouTube channels open at the same time and able to follow every one of them, I certainly can't do it.
Well, this is the old man in me. Like, I get frustrated because Dave has so much knowledge about Kevin Brennan, Burning Bridges, Riotcast, Compound, all that stuff that he could be interesting and has good stories or at least references that we can go look up. And then, oh, there's the butterfly, and then we're off to the races and it's over. And I was like, Dave, you had me, and now you don't, and now I want to fucking kill you. So it's a me problem, just like everything else. I just don't have the patience for it.
I get, and that's what happens like with Dave, like the night, to go back to the old Dabbleverse list, the night we started to do that, and like, we're moving along, and then he gets hooked on one thing, and it's like, you can't break him from it. Yeah. And the problem is, it's what do you call it? It can be good, it can be bad. Sometimes it's perfect because it's right in line with what you're doing. And other times, it might be about, processing gold in ancient Mesopotamia, and we're talking about boobies. So, there you go with that. He was very heavy into the Damascus steel the other night. And that's another part of the chat that I find hard, is people will say things and there's no nuance. And if you try to add nuance to it at all, forget about it. And it's hard in a chat very quickly to get your point across.
Yeah, it's like having a detailed conversation or an argument with your girlfriend over text. It's impossible to chat.
Yeah, because they were talking about Damascus steel, and just get a Damascus steel night. And I was like, the deal is Damascus steel now is not Damascus steel. It's not. They make it the way they make it now. Damascus steel is it's folding over and all that bullshit, right? And the big thing about it is you get these patterns on it, and it's like, no, companies just actually make it from the start just to put the patterns on it, and which is cool, and it's not that important. It's not about the mask of steel or whatever. It's just like you can't get that. Like I sometimes can't get through and say you're being hosed when you think this is legit with a corporation.
I
You
feel
know?
like I should reel you in, but if you keep going, it's going to piss off the chat even more. So I'm at a real crossroads here.
No, reel me in. I'll go with it.
No. I'm just,
Nah,
I'm
we
not
need
sure.
to.
I'm just thinking tomorrow, thinking out loud. Excuse me.
You're think. What are you thinking about? Because
No,
I'm lost.
because you were just going down this Damascus Steel road. Like I was worried you're going to go on for 15, 30 minutes, and I'm like, all right, even I'm checking out. So,
I
but
was trying
at the
to. I
same
was.
time, I would imagine the chat's annoyed too. So I was like,
I was trying to do
maybe
Dave
worth it.
Sarah. I was giving a demonstration of a
Okay,
Dave
you were doing a
Sarah
good job.
stream.
You were doing a good job because I wanted to
Jesus
strangle you
Christ,
too, put you out of
Panhandler.
your misery.
And stop looking at the chat.
I wasn't looking at the chat.
Sam Bibley, Panhandler, is keeping a worried eye on the chat.
I'm not actually. You guys have no idea what the other day when I was on stream with somebody else, I was watching Zealand muted. So it's not the chat always. Sometimes it's some sort of pervy thing. Thank you very much.
Echo Pineapple taught me what happens when I look at the chat on
Oh, that
his
was great
stream.
when he bounced you.
Yeah. You know what? And I hate to say it, but I was kind of happy he bounced me. It was like, he was right. I was bored. I wasn't, or I shouldn't say bored. I was distracted because that was the night of the Dabbleverse Awards. So people were going back and forth with me about that. And then there were stuff with the missus wanted me to get stuff done. Everybody, and I was like, I couldn't focus on what he was talking about.
But you can just put a note in the private chat, or just say, "Hey guys, sorry, I got to hop off. Thank you," and just bail.
I would rather be an asshole and get tossed.
All right.
And I didn't think what I did was that bad. And he was going to get a drink when I did it. I thought he wouldn't realize that I put something in the chat. I'm not the brightest light in the tree, knowing that he's going to see everything that put in.
Oh boy.
So, no, but Echo, it's great because like Echo is one of those guys that like been a lot of help over time, and discussions and arguments I've had with him have helped me immeasurably.
See, but this is where the ball washing part of me comes, or the comments on you. Like you never really have a bad word to say about any streamer besides Dan or Chow, like the guys that troll you. Like you have no criticisms for pretty much anybody else. And I feel that's disingenuous. Maybe you really feel that way.
What criticism would you like me to have of Echo?
I don't particularly want you to. I mean, you can start that he's European. You can start with the filter, his voice. He's definitely homosexual. I mean, the list goes on and on. As far as his streaming capabilities, I actually think he's a pretty good show host, and you can tell he puts effort into his show. I mean, it still stinks. But my big thing is he tries to put something together. So he gets credit for that. And he's got a good little chat. So I grace him.
So
with my
your
presence.
complaint is where he's born, that he uses a filter.
The filter thing, probably.
Because he's trying
being
to keep his job.
Filter, for sure.
And now, see, here's the deal. Like, if I had any criticism of Echo, it would be that I think he's too controlling, right? That's my, that he's too rigid.
You think someone's too controlling? Oh, please go on.
But no. But we can go all over. I think Echo likes to stay on track, and he's rigid sometimes with the clips, even with Rochi, and that's probably why I got kicked off that day, was because Rochi brought up something that was sort of on topic. It was definitely branching off or a fork in the road. But I thought it was super interesting, and it was like, no, we have to get back to what we were doing. And that may be it. But other than that, I don't really have my complaints. Like, this is also the thing too, is it's like, I don't really complain. Like the way way he does his stream and stuff, he's successful at it, right? He's got 1,000 subscribers. He's honest about what he does. So I don't know what I think what you guys like is you just want me to criticize people. And
I just want
if
you to criticize anybody. Yes,
and
I
if
do.
I don't,
I don't want it to be fake, though. Because I don't believe it's possible to have these glowing, compliments about every single streamer. You've been around long enough. God knows you're, close to death, and you've been in this universe long enough that you have all these relationships with these guys that you know their shows and you know them to a certain degree. So there could be something to criticize, whether it's legitimate or not. It could just be personal. It could be just your opinion.
it
That's all.
could
I feel like
it
sometimes, not that you're afraid, but you're reluctant to give like a true criticism because it may affect your personal or streaming relationship.
no, it's my nature is not my look. My nature is not. Not my nature is number one not to do that, but number two, I think the real reason why I do it is because if somebody is performing 80% of a task well, I'd rather focus on the 80 and build the 80 than I would shit all over them about the 20
Okay,
if the
that's fair.
20 is not that important,
That's
right?
fair.
Like I should all I've been shitting on Karmic since the very beginning, when everybody loved him and everybody thought he was wonderful. I will say shit about Carl. I have to feel it. I can't just make it up,
I agree. No,
right?
it should be sincere. It shouldn't just be like, what did Sam say, manufactured or whatever word he accused me of doing, phony,
Well, that's look, that's a
false,
right. So that is one of
bastard.
my things that we've talked about a lot. John Mack, 86 for $5.15. Can I pull a Borgo and underwrite a cross country trip with you too? Someone ain't making it to California. Not sure who. Oh yeah, that would be Jesus. Could you imagine how much fucking yelling there would be?
I
Like
love road
we
trips.
wouldn't
Like I
even get
drive.
out of like the
No,
Carolinas
no,
before.
you would not make it very far. Johnny Mac probably would, but you would not make it far. But I drive all over. I love road trips.
John is I think he's trying to underwrite a trip with you and I.
Okay.
Just you and I. And so the question would be, is Panhandler armed?
Yes.
Because I ain't getting in the car with you if you're armed.
Well, then
Because
you're not getting it, baby.
look, I'll wind up in Missouri full of holes somewhere.
No, no, I'm actually very responsible.
All right, let's go here.
Except for whatever.
Oh,
I almost lost my mind.
nice podcast, stupid. You're a name dropper and a suck up. Just own it, Buck. And you're a contrarian, control, who seems to be a jealous little prick. Excuse me, sorry. You want to call me names. Your whole gimmick, Dan, is to be mean. I'm gonna go after people like it's Lou Albano in the 1990s. We're gonna have this wrestling match. It's silly, and it's childish. So there we go with that.
But, and I hate to play devil's advocate, but to Dan's point, sort of, you don't really care what people think. So even if you're like, yeah, I like being on good terms with these guys, and like you said, you're more of a positive and you'd rather focus on what the person does right, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you say, yeah, I like them and I'd like to, build them up instead of break them down. That's
But I do
fine.
say that. That's what I've been saying all along. So
Well, that's the
and
first time I've
when
heard
I
it.
get annoyed with someone, I'm seething now. But when I think someone's being an asshole, I'm gonna say they're being an asshole, right? And I did. I'm not very adept at it, and I don't do clips, so it makes it a little bit harder. But like with Carl and Brendan Schaub, with back when they were doing the financial stuff on his stream, I mean, I went after Carl for that, you know,
Which
because
my mic cut out? Which financial? I'm sorry, my mic.
he was doing, Brendan Schaub was talking about not knowing a
Oh,
lot
okay.
about finance, and then he talked about the biweekly mortgage. Um, and Carl was like, "Oh, who doesn't know about?" Carl was like, "Oh,
Oh,
you just pay more and it goes down."
make an
And
extra
then,
payment a year.
right, and then we find out in 2 minutes, in a few minutes, that Carl doesn't know what a biweekly mortgage is, doesn't understand it, doesn't get it, and the part of the other thing too is with Carl, because this is the experience that I have, when you're so self-employed or you have your own business, a lot of what you do is you make money, right? Or you make money when you need it or when you want it, and you can turn it on and you can turn it off,
Sure.
right? For a lot of people, they can't do that. You got a 40-hour job, you're getting paid $100,000 a year. there's no overtime, there's no ability to make more, so their bills are laid out. Whereas Carl could say, "Oh, you know what? Maybe I put in a few extra hours this month doing this, or I'll do another couple of streams, get a couple of grand, and throw it towards my mortgage." Right? And the average person doesn't have the ability to do that.
Right, but at the same, the counterpoint to be that Carl's income isn't static. He doesn't know if he's going to make $100 a show or $2,000 a show. Like, I'm sure he has enough history, and he's a smart enough guy where he can do a trend analysis or regression analysis, and have a general idea. This show on Tuesday, the average show is going to bring in blah blah blah, and he knows his expenses. But it's not guaranteed. Where if I'm making $100,000 a year from a corporation, I know my check after taxes and benefits and everything else is going to be 2,500, or my net's going to be 2,500 every 2 weeks, or whatever.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it comes out to.
Exactly, but that's my point. My point is that then Carl doesn't get to shit on the guy who is doing the biweekly mortgage. Like, oh, let me pay it once every 2 weeks instead of paying it once a month. You just pay half. You make an extra. You wind up making one more month payment because of the way weeks work out. It goes towards your
Principal. Yeah, no, I'm
principal. It brings it down. What I'm saying about Carl is he was denigrating people like, oh, how stupid are you to not know if you just pay more, this is what you do. But it's not necessarily about paying more. It's about how you pay it. So it's actually pretty smart, Carl, for a lot of these guys, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm losing you. I know.
No, I mean, Carl's a smug prick is all we could have said, and we could have saved everybody 5 minutes. I mean, that's not news to anybody. Like, he is smug, and he does think very highly of himself. I don't think that's me going after him, or he'd even be insulted by me saying that.
But I am going to say, if we just came on stream and I just said, Carl's a smug prick, and you went, yeah, he's a smug prick, we'd have nothing to talk. That would be it,
Okay.
right? I mean,
would have been more efficient, but
I can't argue that it would be more efficient. Hey, if somebody out there can do it, it would be interesting, because I want to know. It's hard to tell because Playboard is really the only metric that we have. But are Carl's numbers down? Does anybody know? Like, we know Brennan is.
I don't watch WAT too much, but he did a show, and I don't even know who he did it. It was just him and somebody else this weekend, and he only, and I'm not saying that's an insult, he had like 350 viewers, and it might have been because it was the holidays or it was after Christmas, right after Christmas. But I expected him to have more live viewers when I tuned in. But again, I'm not familiar with all the different shows he has, because I know he's a number of different shows, and I don't even remember which one it was. But it was only him and another host or a co-host, and it didn't have that many. And I didn't stick around to see what the super chats. Plus, doesn't he wait until the end to read super chats, or he does super chats differently than other shows?
No, he does. I think Tukey does that. He does do them in the middle of the show, but he doesn't. He will take breaks, I think, and do it. I don't think he'll just read one as they come in, which I have to say, it's kind of tough to do, because I guess it's probably just statistical that when one comes in, another one comes in right away. And so you do kind of want to put them together or break them apart, something like that. But going back to this ball washing thing, if I have something to say, I will say it, right? Like, but the part that drives me crazy is, I'm going to say you, as in the universe,
right,
are mad at somebody for something, and they want me to say something about that, but I'm not mad about that. Like, I don't give a fuck. So why would I go after it?
But I also think you misinterpreted that, because you and I have had this specific problem. I don't ever want you to fight my battles, and I felt you thought I wanted you to take on Mersh or bitch out Mersh because I don't like him, and that's not the case. Like, I think you read into it too much, or you assume that's what people want. I don't want you to do that. I don't want anybody to fucking do that.
I don't remember. Didn't have anything to do with you. It did definitely have to do with Quad and Jesse PS in the chat, and then Quad going on his show saying that I ruined the whole thing because I wouldn't go after Mersh. Right? He was on his show saying that we're here for the we're here for the controversy. We're here for this. We're here, right? And I'm like, it's not my battle. I'm not fighting your battle. $4.99 from NJ Ranger. Lucy and your boy Luigi had 1K in their chat. I screen recorded for a minute, 6 new chats. You got to acknowledge the views paying, Schmuel. It seems unseemly.
There's no way Luigi ever brought 1,000 people anywhere. No
But
fucking way. Even
all
with
right,
Lucy, no fucking way.
it's look. I'm not.
No.
But here's the thing. Like I did Luigi. Luigi and I have a personal interest in something. We did a show on it a week or so ago, and we might have had 20 people in this, like 20, 25 people. And I will say to you that Luigi goes at it and puts as much effort into it and does everything with 25 people as he does with 1,000. You know?
And he
But
may. I'm not criticizing the effort. I'm saying there's no way 1,000 people are watching him do anything.
just fucking kidding, Schmuel. Move on, you ball washer. Right. So this is the deal, man. So what I've noticed is when people get called ball washer and clout chaser and all that other stuff, their general response is to say, "No, I'm not." No, and hide from it. And I'm like, no. What do you mean by that? And that's my big that's my big thing. When people talk about like cloud chasing and stuff, I am trying to build a channel, right? So I want to have the best guests I can, which include a mix of a guy like you. If I can get Tukey on, I'm going to get Tukey on.
Yeah, do better than me if you want to grow your channel. That would be my first suggestion.
No, but you can stop playing the whoa, I'm not a guy.
No, I'm just saying, no, people, I could understand when people
You're
want
a
to Dookie or Bob Levy or even my good friend Dixon or somebody, one of the guys. Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah, I haven't. It's funny. I still have not had a phone conversation with Mr. Dixon since the incident.
Maybe he's punishing you for me being on the show.
We did have no. I mean, we had Merry Christmas back and forth, But so
Hey, I got to hop off camera just 1 second. My dog is.
yeah, go knock yourself
This
out.
can't be good. Sorry about that. Maybe.
So
Sorry about that.
no. Go ahead. NJ Ranger, I'm trying to fact find over here, Schmill. NJ, I completely agree with you, and I agree with your fact finding. The issue that I have with some of this stuff is that they're one off, like it's one incident you're pointing to me. You're saying, okay, I watched the other day, he had 1,000 people and the chat was moving slow. That sounds suspicious. And maybe it is, right? But we then have to look at that over a period of time. Is that what normally happens? Is that, is that the standard for them? Does it look sus? Does it, yeah, I get it. It triggered you in that moment. But my question is, do we have enough facts to make a determination from that? What is that? N equaling 1? If we're using one thing, no, but I definitely defer to you on a lot of the stuff. But then again, you're you really like KB, and we've talked about the Ray thing where I don't think KB sniping him is a great thing, and you think that he's done better. And I can't disagree with you because I've never looked at the objective evidence. It's a feeling, and I think that we do a lot of the feelings in here. Nice podcast, stupid for $2. Does Luigi have blackmail on you, Buck? Jeez Louise. I happen to like Luigi, and Luigi's a very fucking bright guy, and we talk offline as well as on. And again, what you don't like about Luigi may not be what I like about Luigi, but I can talk to Luigi that I don't like his filter, and I make fun of it on stream when I'm with him, but it doesn't serve me there's no purpose for me to come on here and talk about the filter. Although it was quite hilarious when he went to take a piss and the filter caught him shaking. Uh, at least the chat moves decline. The other motherfuckers, it's like a ghost town, but there are 1.4 thousand viewers. And NJ, that's an NJ Ranger. And NJ, it's a good, it is a really good question. This actually leads me into something from the other night. And let me write this down so I don't forget. Real media player needs to be, he doesn't need to come in, but if you guys talk to him, I want to address him from the other night and somebody else who I thought it was Sam Bibley, but it wasn't. I well, I made a mistake on Mersh. I did not necessarily on Real Media Player, but we can get back there. So this weekend at my little family event, one of the cousins is a big time advertising person, super successful at it. And I was asking him questions about YouTube and he's I think he's an ad seller or buyer. I don't know whichever side it's on. I can't remember that part. But I was asking about like the YouTube stuff and the numbers and the fake numbers and whatnot. And when we were talking the other night about this, Real Media Player said that these things are sold at auction, which is true, and they just accept a certain amount of fraud, and they know that that's built in. And the actual answer to the question is they expect a certain amount of fraud, but they don't accept a certain amount of fraud. They want to get it down to zero, but they definitely know that there's fraud in the numbers, and they keep trying to minimize it and minimize it. But apparently, YouTube is throwing so much money around in the advertising world, however YouTube does it, that they are definitely the big boys on the block. They're taking up a lot of the ad space, and this guy said that the biggest move that they've seen in the last year is that more and more people are watching YouTube on big screen TVs. And and this is not an old guy. This is kind of a young guy. He was very much like he couldn't imagine like sitting at home watching a YouTube stream on the big TV, but people do it.
Yeah, I do it sometimes. Just
But
have my phone for the chat or whatever, but watching the show on the TV. Sure.
yeah, it's funny. That's the main. Like, I don't usually watch them on the TV because if I want to watch the chat, right? And the chat is a huge part of these shows, and that's what's hard to explain to like the ad guy or those kind of people, because to them, yeah, we're here, and for us, the chat is the thing, right? Make or break, super chats and all
For
that
me,
stuff.
definitely.
But they're not. The super chat money is very small compared to what say P&G is going to pay to
Absolutely.
advertise and thing. So it kind of gets lost. But I do want to go. I do like let's Sam Bibley here and at Declinos. More chatters should do it, in my opinion. You can just tag them when you see their super tip, and they're always sensitive and say the same comebacks. LOL, you're poor, like ducks in a barrel, and that would mean we'd have to probably go back to a decline host chat, but I don't know that I can get back there. So, oh, okay. Sure it is, Haas. I've never seen more than 10 minutes of WATP. So, and NJ Ranger, I wouldn't put it past Carl at all. So we're talking about names and shit like that.
I'm assuming Ranger's talking about buying views.
Right. And Carl, and saying, but, and I get I do understand. Look, I do understand this stuff, but I also have to wonder how much of this is people just shitting on people who are doing well, but they don't think should do well.
I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't like Carl and I don't like his show really, but I'd be lying to say he's not successful or not good at what he does. It's just not for me and it's not something I'm into. And he is kind of just a smug prick, and his show, the way he runs it, is too rigid for my liking as a viewer. Um, I don't, and I know this has been a discussion, I don't see the benefit of buying views other than ego or a flex. Like, what's the ROI on buying views if you're a business person? I don't know enough about AdSense and how it works and how YouTube pays. So I can't speak to that. I just don't know what are the benefits to me if I have a show and I buy views.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's let Dave Sauer answer that question. Hey, Dave, did you hear what Panhandler asked? David, is that you?
Hello.
Oh, okay. Jesus, for a minute there, I thought I was getting an AI fake Dave Sauer.
No, that's what happens when you put me on before my audio's done.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what Panhandler asked?
Nope.
I
What's
was
the?
asked. We were talking
Go
about
ahead.
views, and I just didn't see as a channel owner what are the benefits besides a flex saying I have 1,000 views. Is there any monetary gain or return on that investment on the
Thought
back
about that.
for you? If
I've
for
thought
your
about
channel,
that.
you did it.
I've thought about that. I don't know the exact answer to that question. Theoretically, if somebody else was buying you views, you could potentially make money from it. I
Like
suppose.
advertisers.
Yeah, because I mean, it's supposed to count just like any other fucking view, in theory. However, I have to I have to assume that YouTube has some things in place so that when people like Karmic show you their numbers and then wonder why all of his fans are in Pakistan and India, right? All of his subscribers. Remember that happened? So we call them out on his subscribers like, yeah, I don't know, I just have a lot of subscribers from Pakistan and India. I'm like, no, that means that somebody bought you views or you bought subscribers or whatever. So I don't know if the views come from a certain place, but I think theoretically, depending on the niche, what you're posting, what your AdSense is, because there's an algorithm to your AdSense too that they've developed already, just by being a member for a year or whatever. So like whatever all that equals to, it potentially could make you money. But I've always wondered, like with Opie, I've wondered, was he buying those views, and if somebody else was buying it for him, couldn't he technically make money from it? I'm curious.
All right. $2 Dan. Nice podcast, stupid. $2. Buying views gives an appearance of more influence.
Yeah.
That's 100%. But
Yeah, I mean that's could have
is
been what
that?
like
But is
Julie
that?
did with Rustic Cuts. I mean that could have been right. Isn't that how they got that deal by saying we get 1,400 views every single show, no matter what day, no matter what time, no matter what we're covering. And I thought that was part of the controversy when he had that sponsorship, the steak sponsorship.
I don't.
I could use that if I was Shuli saying, "Hey, here's my views. That's why
Right.
you want to do business with me or advertise your steaks on my shows."
Yeah, you could say to a business that or somebody that you're trying to get to advertise with you, you could say, "Hey, look, I've got
Yeah.
15,000 views when I've really got 10." I I have two things. Is one is as far as Rustic Cut specifically goes, I don't think that had anything to do with the buying views stuff, right? But what really fucked him up was definitely we knew Chris Abels, and Chris Abels was a name only because he was getting 1,000 people a show, right? And then when he got caught buying views, he went down to like, I don't know, 20, 25, 30, and then eventually 6, 7,
Yeah.
right?
I remember I was on an episode with him. I was actually kind of excited. He let me on what was it called? Somethingables, playables,
Right, replayables.
replayables, whatever. So I was on with him, and I was so lucky I got to be on with Tan Mom. It was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. So, but yeah, so this is the issue. This is what numero one Josh Denny fan is kind of like putting out there about Whitney right now, which is if you look at her shit, if you look at her like, she's got like these unnatural view metrics, and like On one hand, it could be she could be buying views so that she can then get advertisers like Olipop to like sponsor her and stuff like that, which is obviously defrauding them, or which is what all this adpocalypse shit was all these years ago, whatever. Or she's like, my channel's stagnant. My image is stagnant. Let me hire a third party, something or other, to help me with my image and my brand. And then they come in, they fucking, she's probably, I'm just giving a very theoretical example here. She could be paying them thousands of dollars a month, and maybe they're taking some of those thousands and literally just inputting them into views. You never really know how these things are happening. And yeah, I've always wondered how if they can make money on the back end for it. We should test it one day.
But Dave, you know this more than I do. But even if you say your one episode gets 200,000 views, as far as translating to dollars, I mean, it's less than $1,000. I mean, you have to get millions and millions of views to get AdSense money, right? Like to get like serious money.
Serious money, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need like so
Or watch hours or however.
at a rate of like the Dabbleverse rate, depending on like how fast the movie gets, because I think the faster it gets, let's just take $500,000 views over the course of 24 hours versus 500,000 views over the course of a month. The 500,000 views over the course of 24 hours pays you exponentially more.
Right.
Okay, so in that metric, roughly, I make, and I think like Stalin and Doom, roughly make about $20 per 4,000 views.
Okay. Yeah. So you need a lot to live off this. You need a lot of fucking views.
Yeah, roughly. I mean, it that could be anywhere from $10 to $20. Right. So, yeah,
which wasn't exactly fuck you money.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's not.
NJ Ranger, TSN bought views for SJ routinely to try to muddy the waters, which only proves they know how to buy views. I would argue against the word routinely, and I would also say that knowing how to do it does not mean you do it, right? Like, I'm sure Dave knows how to do it, but Dave doesn't, right? You know how to do it.
I've researched all this shit before. I've researched. I contemplating, buying views for one of my old channels, thinking it was going to do something or maybe help me grow. Because nobody's going to subscribe to your channel if it's 1,000 people or 500 people or something like that. Like typically, only people that are in a community, when they see somebody new, then they'll fucking throw them a bone. But if I just randomly am clicking through shit, I see 3 people watching, and YouTube's like showing it to me because it thinks I like it, and they've got 500 subscribers or whatever. I'm like, I'm not clicking on this nonsense, even if it's good. So, but yeah, there's a psychological thing. If you see 10,000 subscribers, you're like, okay, I'll give this guy a chance.
Yeah, I look, I definitely agree with you. And I was telling you, I'd send them somewhere. I will send you one of the emails, but you get these, you will get emails from people like when you have a channel, and you'll occasionally get like, there's spam emails or whatever, but like you've got, Kyle from Bangalore is wanting to help you grow your channel and get more visibility and all this stuff. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to buy views. They're going to click.
No, those people are going to steal your information. But yes, if you seek out other people, yes, that you can do that. But those people that you're talking to on the internet, those people are trying to steal your information and maybe your liver.
But very possibly. NJ Ranger, because Dabbling Down Under asked about proof, and NJ Ranger is Dabbling Down Under 01. It's been a thing for years. They claim that people, hold on, are watching on their TV and not their computers or phones. They ain't. And
no way.
But we just went, look, I just was saying this over the weekend, talking to advertising exec, and he said that YouTube's numbers and whatever are showing that more people are watching on TV, putting it up on the big screen and watching YouTube on TV than they are on the, not that they're more than their phone, but it's a growing number of people.
Okay, but I also have to wonder, how are they doing that? I don't think any of them are going to their app on their TV, going to YouTube, tapping in. They're going to their phone on their phone, and they're mirroring it to the television.
See, I'm not techie, so I do go to my app, right? Like I have a box.
I hate typing on it. Otherwise, I would too.
Yeah, I have a box that you just scroll to all the different, Prime or whatever, and you just, hit the button enter or whatever, YouTube, Prime, Paramount,
Okay,
but whatever
it happens.
whatever the streaming service is.
Fair enough. I remember. I don't know. Go on. I'll tell you.
No, I was gonna say the final boss. Panhandler doesn't know how to engage when there's more than 2 people in a room.
I have no idea what that means, but all right.
So I remember this was interesting. It's interesting to me. So when the first Joe Rogan deal went through, you couldn't get Joe Rogan on your YouTube app on your phone, but you can get him on your television YouTube app because there was some kind of weird special deal about the television apps that I don't know if all of them or certain ones, but for like a full year, you're still able to watch all the episodes of JRE on your YouTube television app, which I thought was weird. It wasn't YouTube TV, but like a Roku television still had Rogan with all the channels. I don't know how they did it. I don't know why, but I remember it being a thing. Or I could be retarded.
I gotta go. Let's do this one quick, and we're gonna get to super chat. NJ Ranger 201, same. I'm saying it's wild to believe that 1,000 people at a clip are just watching on their TV.
Yeah, I mean Mule, right?
And yeah, and I wonder if it's older people. And I don't. My issue, NJ, is not that these things that we're saying about buying views and stuff is not happening. That it's not true. What I'm saying is that we're going on very flimsy evidence, and it's, Kevin Brennan will say they buy views, and then the next thing you know, it'll become accepted fact, and we've never actually gone and looked. Nobody's actually sat down and looked at the numbers.
Well, I'll run the numbers literally right now. I'm curious too. I personally have never thought that Shuli or Carl bought views, like live viewers,
Right.
because I never thought it would be monetarily worth it. But I'm gonna go look at the prices right now.
All right.
But both of you guys have channels. Would you guys fucking care if somebody accused you of buying views? I mean,
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I would care because it makes you dishonest. Because I've accused other people of buying views, and I hate that shit. And I've called them out on it.
And it also, and part of it too is, hold on a second. Let's do this. Nice
I considered
podcast,
it
stupid
even.
for $2. Hey, Dave, sorry for interrupting your dinner, or we're interrupting your dinner.
Don't you have us blocked or something, Dan? Go talk
Got
to
me-
Shmuel on Twitter. Go talk to him.
He
on Twitter.
can't. He's got me
Oh, he
blocked.
can't. Oh no.
Dan, be thankful he's not playing a video game.
Well, I did stop. That was rude of me.
Okay.
But the boys needed me. I mean, when my friends who have kids, they ask you to play duty, once a month or twice a month, you got to go call. You got to answer the door, answer the phone.
Let's not go backwards.
It's funny because somebody in the chat was accusing NJ Ranger 201 of clout chasing, and
God,
NJ Ranger is an example of hard work.
the only thing he chases is olive oil and salt. I don't know. I just thought of something that would go on my Greek salad.
NJ Ranger, Stevie Lou, Smearl is a big-time Dabbleverse NFC North supporter.
AFC West got creamed by the Jaguars. We got swept by them. That's the last headline I saw. And then, Raiders have 80% chance of getting the pick this year, which is great.
All right, stop. This
Okay.
is not going to be Ray DeVito. We're not going to start with, because first you're going to start with
Then
what
we're
the
gonna start singing
standings
Bone
are,
Thugs,
and the
not
next
Bone
thing
Thugs.
I know, we're going to be fucking talking about rookie baseball cards. You know?
Who's
And,
Uncle Charles? But who's Uncle Charles, Shmuel? Who's Uncle Charles? Well, why do they shoot Uncle Charles, y'all?
I unblocked you, Shmuel. Happy holidays and Mazel Tov. I preferred being blocked. Feel free to
Now-
just go back and block it. It's too late now.
Now it's a gift. Now it's a gift that you've been unblocked. He's gifted
Yeah, like-
you the
like
unblocked.
Like I give a shit.
Classic Dan.
Yeah. Oh, that's Dave. I'm going to I want to send you. I'm going to. Speaking of which, because we might get into this at some point. I'm sending you a picture that we might. I just texted it to you that we might want to put up.
Frank shot.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not that kind of a picture.
you should have tweeted it to me.
Oh, it was on tweet. I don't know. You want to tweet? It's easy. I thought that the other way was easier. Anyway, let's.
Cool.
So this is my look. My somebody said about when I was saying about the emails from the guys like building your channel or whatever. Oh, only Brian Callen and Schmuel would fall for that. The reality is that they wouldn't be sending out millions of these spam emails if they weren't working. But the deal, what happens is, at least for me, if you have half a brain, you take a look at it and you immediately know what they're going to do.
Usually it's in your
know?
spam folder. Do you go looking through your spam folder, Buckman?
No, I get
I get it.
Buckman.
I get it.
Buckman.
I'm fucking.
Jesus, let me finish. And
Okay, I get
it's
it.
an issue. Buckman at buckmanpod.com is
Right.
is on Thunderbird.
Aha.
Right?
What's that? Oh, I know what that is.
the-
That's the email client.
They're at the email client, and I get so much fucking spam in that thing. I have a spam filter set up. It still goes to it. And even if I like fucking move, Fanatics sends me shit all the time. I move, that's the spam. It still shows up in my regular inbox. Roy Cohn, Esquire, $1.99, 1989 Griffey Upper Deck is my favorite card.
Well,
Congrats.
Chris Mack said 1,000 viewers for less than $500 on Social Wick, but I didn't sign him up. But
Yeah, there was
1,000, but that's $500 is a lot of fucking
no,
money.
$5 for 1,000.
Oh, $5. So you said 500.
Did I say
Somebody did
500?
something where they were showing all the screenshots of the one guy that supposedly the
My
Shuli
bad,
Network
$5.
was
My
working with a couple of years ago. Like this was going around Twitter.
Sure.
Well,
about
that's the
guy,
Chris
like,
Abel
texting.
story.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's the Chris Abel story.
I don't know. I don't know how good Social Wick works. For $5, 1,000 views seems. But I guess nowadays botting is just it's a thing. I mean, but you can tell, dude. I mean, I don't know. And again, I don't know if you're getting monetized, if they fuck you. Maybe that's why Chad's shit got fucked up the first time, right? So he was monetized, and he was like, remember he was getting like 800 viewers, and so maybe he was like, maybe he was doing some botting. And and they caught him.
But I got a couple of things. One is, the first thing is, from what I understand with YouTube just discounts them. Like somehow their algorithm figures out like what those botted views are, and but like you're not getting paid on them, right? But on the other part, like with viewers like 1.4, I don't know if that number includes what YouTube's not going to pay you for on the end, or whether they've already discounted them and don't put them up. But this is what I really don't understand. What I don't understand is if the 1,000 viewers is $5, right? And can you buy increments smaller? Then because Shuli's 1.4 that everybody constantly accuses him of buying, it doesn't make sense to me. And his number is not 1. I've sat and watched, and it's not 1.4. And then in a bit of a deep dive, it turns out over 1.2 could be 1.1 thousand viewers. Google uses rounding, and while the system updates every second or two, it doesn't update every channel every second or two. So it's possible to go from 1359 to 1549 and remain at that 1400 number for quite a while.
Yeah, makes sense.
But what I'm saying is like that's when. But I've heard people say, well, how is it 1.4,
Yeah,
not 1.39 or not 1 point, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the rounding seems to be the answer.
You gotta essentially move 200 members in a short amount of time for it to read it.
Right. Now, so and the only reason why I'm talking about this is because people do talk about it all the time, but nobody really goes into it. Because everybody's afraid. They're afraid of the subject. Like if Shuli talks about it, it's like it's going to lend credence to
him doing it,
to the accusations. Well, it's like NJ Ranger said about Shuli when they talked about him buying views for SJ. Well, that means he knows how to do it, so he must be doing it, right? Or he might be doing it.
Sure.
I guess,
Yeah. Who bought all of Vince the Lawyer's subscribers? I don't think it was Vince. Probably somebody else.
I'm laughing. Kim Nicholson. I said because people are afraid to talk about it. Kim Nicholson said because no one cares. Kim, I would agree, but I got to disagree because it's like if no one cared, why does it come up every time? Like that's what came up in the chat. We didn't bring that up, right? And it was brought up by a prominent streamer, a prominent chatter. So I don't know. I just think it's too easy to. It feels like every time somebody starts to do like the Shuley thing, I just don't see how you could pull it off. He's been doing it for 3 years or something. Like, how could you sustain it? You know? I mean, it would be like a Ponzi scheme. Eventually, you'd run out of money. Correct, Panhandler?
The Jews never run out of money. They just print more. You know? What? You set that one up on a tee. Come on now.
Yeah, see, look at this. So I asked AI, what's the best, what are the best, whatever websites for this kind of stuff? They came up with socialboom.io, and you could buy watch hours. So they're claiming you could buy watch hours. $99 per 500 watch hours.
It sounds like I don't know. I just can't imagine that
Let's see
YouTube's algorithm wouldn't pick it up, right?
Buy YouTube live stream viewers. $2.99 per 500 live stream viewers.
Yeah,
$2.99.
Yeah, which is telling you they're not worth anything. But what was the? Oh God, what was the other? Oh, and YouTube cracking down on VPNs, right?
Sure.
Is another thing that's going on.
I think that's a reason. I think that's a way to stop other shit like Brave and stuff more so though. Like I think they're trying to stop companies like Brave and other people that are making browsers and stuff that are like and ad blockers to like go around their AdSense shit nonsense. Most likely. I mean, I guess they don't want you purchasing Argentinian subscribers when you're in the United States, sure. But I don't know how. I mean, how?
Yeah, I think Dave's right.
I don't know how you're going to stop people from using a fucking VPN on your website. It's crazy.
NJ Ranger for $1.99. If I bake a cake and leave it at your place, I can bake. But right?
But Dave's
what
point,
if you just? What if? Right? But if a cake shows up on my doorstep, right? How do I know that you're the one that baked it? Or
hey, I made this. You made this. I made this. Hi, I made this. You made this. I made this. Hi, I made this.
I agree with but look, NJ, it's just it's my side of this argument is that everybody is saying, well, you know, there's this evidence, and then I'm like going, well, show it to me because I want more. You know, like I want to see it. Like I want to see, particularly with Shuley, because it's the one that comes up so much with like the 1.4. I really want somebody to go look at it for 6 days in a row or 5 days in a row and tell me that. Because I hear a lot of people say, oh, it's always 1.4, but when I look at it, it's not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's 1.3.
We need a timer on it, is what we need to do. We need to test Social Boom, see from the time that the purchase is made, right? This is what I'll do the next time I'm on cocaine. Okay, David Sarah on Venmo. Thank you. Okay, so this is what we'll do. I'll buy the views. I'll be the test subject. Okay, I'll buy the views. I'll clock it. I'll see how much time it takes for those views to show up. Then we'll go to each Shuley thing and see when does it give its initial spike. If its initial spike is when 0.001 second, then we're within the area of error.
Possibly. I will say I don't
scientific method.
I'm not like I don't really watch Shuley that much. But if the last time I had it on, which was probably like a week or so ago, his chat was flying, right? Like that was the one, and that seems to be the thing is like, oh, if they have a lot of numbers and their chat's not going, then the people aren't watching. But this fucking thing was flying. Like I couldn't keep up with it. So that led me to believe he has a lot of people. And the same with Melton, right? Like Melton's chat seems to fly.
Yeah, Tuki's chat goes quick. They all go pretty quick. When they got that many people, even MLC with 600 people, it goes pretty quick. I mean, not as quick as them, but yeah. I mean, every time I go into Shuli or even WATP, it's not I show speed or XQC or something, but it's flying. It's going pretty
I
quick.
I do like this is actually pretty funny. Decline host. Someone sent Dave $20 Venmo once, and he stopped the stream to go to the weed store. He is 40, right? He needs a job, not your enabling. I like the first sentence.
No. I was going to get weed before that. Get out of here.
Enable me. All right. So we're talking about money, and I promised MGD we would get to this. What do you think about the pulper stuff?
Pulper wasn't even there. So next question. PulperCon 1 was better. Ask me about that.
Well, I know about that, but what about this Pulper doing the video? Is that supposedly the other day, and he looks healthy? And
Well, anytime you look down on something, it's definitely going to make you look fatter. So I'm not sure if he was actually fatter or just it was a visual, like you know what I mean? Because he was looking down onto the camera like this, so everything could have been hanging. So I don't know if everybody's like, "Oh, he looks healthy," because when I saw him, he was quite gaunt, and I assume if he stood up straight and had a picture, he would probably look very similar. But because he was at an angle, he kind of looked like win by 2.
he also did though look like in the. I don't know when the thing is. Was that video recent? Like that was what I didn't. That was my first question, but I didn't get an answer. And he did look healthier, right? But he's got that what is it? It's kidney or liver or whatever the fuck it is. It's like,
liver.
is he gonna have? Are they gonna have some good day? Like, oh yeah, he's in remission, but I don't know. Is that a 3-day remission or is it like there's gonna be a Pulperfest 2026? And I got to read this super chat from John Mack. 86. Schmuel, Stealth and I would like to, like for you to sing MacArthur Park as your outro tonight. It's about cakes.
Someone left the cake out in the rain.
Oh, look at this.
And it took all day to
They're asking me, David, not you. All right, Jason Bentley for $10 super tip. Dave, stop. $10 super tip from Jason Bentley. I would ask Penny how about those birds, but he'd have to talk. Carry on.
Yes, last time I looked, they were winning 21-0. I'm hoping they're going to blow it, but I don't think they're going to. This is Bentley sticking it to me once again with his Atlanta Falcons.
Well, I think he's really actually, what do you call it? He's shitting on you for clamming up and not talking, and then acting
Here's
like
the thing. This does
you're like, oh, this bores me.
No, it doesn't bore me.
I can't be bothered. You're like Ray with, I don't want to talk about the Dabblebears.
I fucking hate both of you. Number one. Number two, I really do try, even though I'm not a guy, to not step on people. So I am quiet because I do hate when people just fucking talk over each other when I'm watching a show or I'm in the chat. So I try and pick my spots. If I have nothing to add, Dave knows more about this YouTube and the ads and stuff than I do. So I was generally interested in what he had to say. As much as I dislike Dave, he does know the shit, and when he's focused, he can actually be knowledgeable. So I was listening. And I have a lot to say about the Pulver Gate thing, or not a lot, but I actually have a comment about it. I do think that Pulver has always been kind of a troll. I'm not saying that he's not sick, but I think he loves all these shows talking about him for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. I think there is some motivation there, whether people showed up to Vegas or he was there or the event was a big success or a big failure. He doesn't give a shit. All these shows are talking about it. John Blazer is fighting with everybody else. Carl's fighting with Blazer. Now I watched a little NLL for the first time in forever tonight. Patrick talked about it for what seemed like 2 hours. So I think that's the deal. He wanted to talk about it. And trust me, I think out of anybody in the Dabbleverse, I know more than any of you assholes about liver disease, failing liver, this, that, the other thing. So I could talk about that and bore people for days.
So are you saying that you think that he's trolling us, or?
I don't want to say whether he's sick or not because I don't really know. Is he as sick as he says he is, or he's making it think? I'm a little skeptical on that. But I definitely do think there's a troll, whether he's sick or not, just to get everybody to talk about it. Because he's always been a weird fucking dude, and he always liked his attention. and he always did these weird trolls. So I definitely think there's something to that, 100%. And I think it's very weird for Dixon or whoever to take money to go to take as a man, I would never take money from somebody that I don't really know and go on a trip.
What do you mean
Like,
by
I just think
take?
that
What do
whole
you
thing
mean by take money, Panhandler? What do you mean by take money?
Dixon admitted that he took money to pay for his
No.
flight and his
Right,
hotel room.
Dixon. Right, but Dixon's flight and hotel room were paid for. That's not like, to me. That's not really taking money.
To me,
Right, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
And
I mean, we can disagree about it.
All right. Well, no, and we can. It's just that this is where, to me, the stuff gets muddy and we start saying shit. Dixon was an add-on for Pulper. Like, Dixon and Pulper never really had a relationship. It wasn't like Dixon was on the list of people that Pulper wanted to come at first and stuff. So, it's not like it's not like Pulper's giving Dixon tons of money like Melton or Carl or Shuley or whatever, you know? So, if Dixon were paid an interference fee, that would be, I would probably agree with you, but I can't think that paying for somebody's flight and hotel.
I forget about
really,
Dixon. What about win by two?
What about Dave Sauer? Like, what did you know? You got your room paid for and stuff, right?
Well,
you took money from a dying man.
Hold on.
How do we feel about Dave?
I was the backup. I only did it once everybody canceled and there was already a room available. I wasn't like, hey, here's a free room, come to Vegas. I mean, it was like, I'll buy you a room, come to Vegas. I have a free room, I'll come to Vegas. But I like how you're like, oh, Dixon. Is there a different standard for Dixon and win by two here, or is the same standard?
I don't know what I think we're talking about two different things. But I just say Dixon went. I just don't feel like if they had paid anybody, like if they had said, I don't know, Dave Sauer, come, we'll pay your hotel and your airfare. I don't feel like that's taking money. But if you said, you know, I said, Dave, we'd like you to come, pay her, and then you said, no, I want an appearance fee of $500. Then I think I would have a problem.
Okay.
But I thought the issue with Pulper was the Pulper was that John basically got the money and then just never did anything with it, and seemingly hoped like the guy was going to pass away. And then when he got called out, that's when this whole October thing went to December.
I don't know.
Sam Bibley, I yelled at Pulper for giving too many super tips he offered to pay me to come out to hang out, and I considered it, but immediately started like being, haha, I got to meet Sam Bibley. So I said no.
I don't know. I got invited a week before the event. I saw Pulper in MLC chat, something I hadn't seen in months. And then I said, hey, Pulper. And then he's like, hey, Dave, you want to come to my party in Vegas? I was like, sure. And then I followed him on Twitter. He DM'd me, and then that's it. I think I was B team. You know, I was like, they needed to scrape it together a fucking team to join the dodgeball league.
But he was actually there when you were there.
Yeah. It was there.
Okay.
He took us to a very, very, very nice dinner. You know, while we all played slots together, I put in 100. Everybody put in 100.
So no one else thinks
I was down to 50. He put 100 in my machine, and you know.
Okay, but he was there. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I think it's very weird. Besides,
I did invite him.
who
Yeah,
already lives in Vegas,
right?
For guys to fly out there, on
yes,
somebody else's dime, and
yes,
the guy's not fucking there.
Yeah.
You're either a pawn or you're just fucking scamming off this guy that you don't really know for a free trip to Vegas.
I guess if you're an artist,
no, I think it's. I mean, if you don't get me wrong, I'd sell out, but not for fucking $800.
Right, but you're
to
not.
Be a pawn in this. To me, it's embarrassing and it's weak, and it shows you're not really a man. To me,
So,
period. The end.
The problem is it's Pat, so anything I say is going to be not
It's not just Pat. It's Carl.
fully.
It's
But
Taz. It's Kaylee. It's whoever the fuck else was out there.
right, but those people, right? You had your plane tickets and everything. Everything was already paid for, right? And the
Might
guy
as well
says
just
to you,
go.
the guy says to you, "I want you to go. I want you to have a
Yeah,
good
you
time."
go.
It's like it's
Yeah,
like
I'm not
it's
going.
easy for us to say what we would do and how we would do it, but we're not the ones confronted in talking to a guy that's dying, supposedly,
Yeah, I don't
right?
know you, so I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry
It,
about your
it
luck. We're
if
all dying every day.
if Pulper came to me with that same exact deal, actually for PulperCon 2, even though because he texted me and said, "You ready for round 2?" I was like, "Sure." And then he ghosted me. But no, I'm just joking. But then so but if he would have come to me with the deal like, "We'll pay for your ticket, we'll pay for your flight," because originally the original Pulper One deal was we spoke on the phone, we got to know each other a little bit. He just thought, hey, he's like, "I'll pay for your plane ticket. Just find a place to sleep, yada yada yada." Then a couple, and I was like, "No, no, 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 no! Don't buy my plane ticket. If I can make it out there, I'll drive out there. I'll make it out there, buddy. Like you don't have to do that." Then a few days later, he's like, "So and so canceled. Would you like his room?" I said, "I'll be there." And then so I said, "All right, I can't get there on Thursday, but I'll be there on Friday." So Friday, Saturday night, great. Went. It's great. Had a great time. But I could see, but like, I don't want him to pay for my plane ticket and shit like that. I'm like, no, no, no. I'm broke, but I'm not. I don't need a handout like that. And this time around, I probably would have accepted if it wasn't so close to Christmas. But to be honest with you, since it was like 2 days before Christmas, to be perfectly honest, even with that deal that they offered Pat and everybody, I probably would have said no. Not that he would have offered. I'm just saying,
And
truthfully speaking.
and Panhandler, I I'm not saying, and this is the thing. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I disagree with you.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not mad at you.
That's you're allowed to have your opinion. I saw somebody in the chat agree with you. Sam Bibley at the Klein host. If he's not dying, why'd he do it and then not go? Not defending him. Curious what the theories are. I mean, he went to the first one, right? And he went even when nobody was. Sorry, Dave, but even when nobody was going, he went, and it's like he seems to be a guy who likes Vegas, et cetera, et cetera, and he would have gotten the chance to meet these guys. It just, I think we're just constantly looking to drum up conspiracy theories. Next we'll know we spent the weekend with Erica Kirk.
That wasn't bad, Shmuel.
Motorboating them fucking titties, dude. Who? How on what planet are you the widower of somebody who was assassinated, and you're standing on his grave while the vice president, standing on his casket while the vice president motorboats your boobies? What a world we live in!
Only in
What a
America.
world! What a fucking world!
Why we're the greatest country on the planet.
Yikes, dude.
But this is like, so part of what I find interesting about the Dabbleverse though is that it never seems like we accept anything on its face. There's always going to be an ulterior motive. We're always got to try to find something. Now maybe that's what keeps the Dabbleverse going, right?
But I think you'd be naive not to be skeptical. I mean, all these guys lie. All these guys make things up or exaggerate. I mean, it's part of the content. And we're just as guilty because we feed into it and we gossip like little fucking 12-year-old girls. And so, yeah, of course I don't trust any of these fuckers at all. Nor should you.
But what is it that you don't? Here's my question. What is it that you're not trusting?
It starts with Pulver.
General or what?
Number one, it starts
No,
with
no.
Pulver.
Panhandler in this situation. Let's see.
It starts with
But I mean-
Pulver, number one. Number two, if John fucks up, whether he did it intentionally or he just fucked up because he doesn't know what he's doing, it's good for Patrick, it's good for Carl, it's good for Dixon, it's good for whoever's anti-win by two. Because that's content. Like you said, there's been not 100, there's been at least 10 shows about this whole fucking thing from beginning to end. And long shows too, not just like little segments or whatever. And and I'm sure John did a rebuttal this morning. Then Patrick talked about him tonight, and I'm sure John will do another rebuttal. Like it just will just go on and on and on forever. So it's content. So whether they really care or really wanted to go or feel bad for the guy, it doesn't matter. It gives them an easy 5 hours, for some of these guys. So That's why it's skeptical. It's not that they care; they care that it's good content or content. I don't even know if it's good. That's all.
Yeah. So, okay, I understand. I look. I think what happens is here is that Patrick is trying to set himself up as the good guy, and Win by Two is the bad guy. You know. But I have to say, I don't think Win by Two is doing him himself any favors with the responses he's been giving. And my initial thing with him goes back to Pottstown or where he recorded Ray, and it's just like, I don't know, I never thought he was a good guy. You know? So, I mean, and
he
Blade
models himself. He models himself after Red Bar, and Red Bar's the villain. So that's what John is going to lean into. He's going to be the bad guy, even if he knows he fucks up. And I don't know if he feels that way or not. He's going to defend himself. Just again, it keeps him in the fucking news, so to speak, or on the front page or whatever, the Dabbleverse Bugle. So
yeah. I guess models himself after Red Bar is an okay way to maybe models.
I'm being very generous. I'm being very generous.
Yeah,
I know I'm being generous. I'm just also being general. But
well, you're not saying it's successful. You're just saying that he models himself.
He gets a good 150, 200 viewers a show. And
what he means is he has a television behind him is what he means. That's on camera is kind of what he means.
And he's very critical, and he's kind of on his own, and he's solo. He doesn't really align himself with anybody type thing.
Well, has he not aligned himself with everything, or have his bridges been burned like they were with Chad and etc.?
Right,
you know what I mean?
You're right. That's a good point. It's fair.
I am shocked that he gets 150 or something viewers. I don't even know.
That's a good point. Yeah, he went and put $100 in my machine. I was down $50. Lost that too, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't. What do you call it?
Nice dude.
I don't see the.
And he didn't really drink in front of me either.
We're talking about Pulper, and I'm talking about
Pulper.
Win by Two. All right.
I know. I'm just saying. Pulper
just to keep the universe going.
Yeah, Pulper didn't really drink in front of me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I what do you call it? No, with Win by Two, what it sounded like to me was he took the money, thinking he could do what he was going to do, like that he could pull it off, and then couldn't pull it off, and then just avoided dealing with it, hoping it would just go away. Not that he was waiting for Pulper to die or any of that stuff, but this Pulper guy's got plenty of money, he'll forget about it.
Or like, all right, he went to Vegas, it's over, I get to keep the money, and then other people drummed it up, maybe.
I always get so. Don't you think if he really did that, if he really took, and this is another thing I have a problem with, just like the Bob Kevin thing, it was 6,000, it was 5,000, it was 4,000. This was originally 7,000, then it was 4,000, 3,000, 2,700. Like nobody knows what the fucking number is until
Pulper won't even say anything.
Right, and Pulper doesn't want it to. He likes us all guessing and speculating.
Yeah.
So you don't know, but even if it was the lowest amount, say 2,700, I think is the number lowest. Maybe it's a little lower than that. I can't imagine, even for Dabbleverse scumbags, that somebody would just take that money from a man who's legitimately sick, whatever level of sick he is. And maybe I can't believe I'm being the optimist or looking at the good side of people. Maybe that I don't think John would do that. And again, I don't know the guy.
You probably
how
watch
do you
him more
recover
than I
it?
do.
You could be. I mean, you would think all his viewers would turn on him, or the vast majority. If he really fucking did that shit, if he really took advantage like that and basically stole the guy's money, right? No.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely people. Definitely people would turn on him, but I don't know if his show size necessarily changes or alters as far as money or audience.
Right, because he has a real job. This is a hobby.
Yeah,
it's
he
kind
does
of one or two shows.
I don't know if in the whole grand scheme of things it really matters to him.
Yeah, he doesn't do this for a living. Doesn't do this.
But you never know. You never know.
Yeah, these.
I don't know him well, but I'd go on the record and say probably not.
Yeah, I don't think you. Yeah, exactly. Same with me. I don't know. He could be. Maybe he's an evil genius. Who the fuck knows? Or just evil.
Oh.
But I find it hard to believe that a guy with that studio set up and that like Red Bar wannabe kind of attitude and stuff does not take this seriously.
Well, I mean, now you're conflating two things because you make it seem like his setup is all that crazy and elaborate because yours is very basic. and you say, well, he's just got this crazy elaborate setup and he doesn't care about it. Well, that's unfortunately, I think that's the wrong way to look at it.
Interesting. Interesting.
Because
I just
because you know, John obviously kind of understands these things, so it's not really hard for him to have some kind of, to you it might seem elaborate to have a green screen and a decent camera and OBS and Social Stream Ninja and all that stuff. And yeah, it's a hassle when you're 60. But you know, young bucks like us that have like played around with this for 10 years, we can kind of figure it out a little bit. And I got a green screen in there. I could just prop up and it'd take me 5 extra minutes, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm lazy.
I'm using a virtual green screen, Dave.
Right.
How pathetic is that?
Right.
No. So my fascination with Pulper, I didn't even know who Pulper is, to tell you. Like I know the name, but I don't know much. My fascination with him stems from when OG Mumbling Nick was getting mad because Jake Hudson kept trying to hit up Pulper for money. Like, I guess Pulper gave Jake a couple of bucks, and then Jake was like pestering Pulper, just pestering him, looking for more money and more money. Anything?
No.
And so that's what I was like, that's what fascinated me about this thing with this money, right? Like I thought the guy just threw around money. I didn't know. So that's why I don't know. I just don't feel like it was, I feel like he would, if he could have gone, he would have gone, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious what the specifics were with Pulper. I'm curious how much money he allocated for. I'm really interested in it, but I'm not going to sit there and ask him because I don't need him to rehash it. I'm curious, how much did he give him on the first one? What were the plans? Because I remember Pulper just being like the first one that I think John kind of in his mind was trying to make it bigger than something it was supposed to be.
But if this is such a controversy, why is no one, and I know it's faux pas, no one's posting any screenshots of text? Even if just a general, the initial text, like Pulver, this is what I want you to do. Like if I was John, I would show that text. I don't care what anybody thought.
Well, John, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe John looks bad. Maybe John looks bad in all this, and Pulper's just kind of like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just end it.
Yeah, no, Pulper.
AB $2. Pulper boring. Panhandler. What scent is the candle?
Sadly, that is a wireless speaker that just has a light in it.
Hell yeah.
That's how lame I am. Set the ambience, set the mood when I want to get romantic with Schmuel.
Well, are you lame or just straight? I can't tell yet.
Yeah. Well, I'd be one scary gay guy, I'm pretty sure.
Oof.
Yeah, right?
No, it's funny because you get stuff like that and people think it's like, oh, he's gonna love this, and I'm like,
yeah, it was a gift. It was somebody like a Secret Santa thing. That's all.
I love shit like that though. But imagine you and MKE fucking. Wow.
Oh, God, no.
MKE or MGD?
A lot of sweating and grunting. Right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's fucking
I'm laughing at myself now like an idiot.
And we hate each other, so it'd have to be like a hate fuck on top of everything else. Oh God!
I hate you so much. I'm going to use this strap on to fuck you instead of with my real dick.
All right, let's stop this.
I just got a very special request for somebody who wants to hop on. So let's see if it's legit, and might be fun, might not. And I guess we'll finish up with the Pulper Trip. Look, I think John got in over his head. This is I thought this for all along. I don't think it was like nefarious. I think he just got in over his head. He didn't know how to handle it. And then by the time he knew he couldn't pull it off, it was like too late. And then he just was trying to avoid it. It's very like procrastinator behavior. So I don't know whether that's, evil or not. Like I wouldn't have done that. And but you're talking about like a Melton, and Melton is fucking, he's autistic with this shit, He is on point.
That's the thing. I think Patrick brought this up in the show. If Pulper really wanted a good event in Vegas, he would have went to Patrick, who lives there, and has proven that he could put on a good event, period. So That's another thing that's like, this doesn't make sense to me at all.
Does John still live with his mom? Because if so, maybe she got upset that she's like, "What are you doing with your stupid internet friends? No, you can't go this weekend." Does that happen to anybody else? No. Okay, sorry.
No, Dave. No. But yeah, I just and the other part of it. Look, if it's true, is that Pulper had said like the number one person he wanted there was Melton, and John never told Melton.
Yeah, that'd be a dick move, 100%. For win by 2, if that was the case. But then again, why didn't Pulper go directly? For years he was in Patrick's chat because I was there when he was doing Melton in the mornings going against Steel Toe in 22 or 23, whenever the fuck it was. So he knows how to contact Patrick. Everybody knows how to contact Patrick. So why did he go to John? Nothing makes sense. This is all Pulper just pulling strings. I guarantee he's loving this. It was worth whatever money he spent.
Hey man, I'm sure that he might be loving it, but I also it's like let's just to play devil's advocate.
Sure.
Melton might not be. You don't want to go to. You might not want to go directly to Melton and say, "Oh, I want to put on Pulper Fest," and do this. Now, I don't know how much money he's given Melton over the years, but maybe if it was a lot, but I could just see Patrick thinking that would be a pain in the ass and not wanting to do
but
it.
Patrick's the type of guy, and trust me, I know this very well, where he'd say, "Fuck you, no, I'm not doing it. Don't ever email me again," which I have about 15 of those emails over the years. So yeah, he would definitely say that.
Yeah. So, it might be. I don't know why we need to, I'm not going to put that up. The client host, I don't need to know why you need to say these things. And
That's not going to make the client host happy.
this is pretty funny. Unbanned Josh Denny fan at Dave Sarah. Why are you allowing this? As if Dave has a choice. Unbanned Josh Denny fan. Oh, wrong one. Pulper directly invited Melton. That may be possible, but that was not what was said. So there you go. And I don't want to be ball washing any of these people. So I'm not going to go there. I just found it interesting. Like I thought the subject was interesting, and I'm interested in like John's response, his retort. I thought just dug more of a hole for him than if he would just ignored
him going
it.
after Carl's wife the way he did was not going to help smooth things over. I'm pretty sure. I'm no relationship expert, but I think that's probably not going to help things.
And if you watch the stream that John did, right, going back at Melton or Carl, I'm sorry, and him saying, "Oh, I didn't say that about his wife," and then you go a couple of minutes and there he is saying that Carl's wife is like an old lady or something. It's like, well, I didn't exactly say her age, but I just said.
He said way worse things than about her age. I don't know how much of the stream you listened to, but he got pretty graphic. So,
yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
he said some nasty shit about Jenny, for sure.
See, and then that's the other part. Like, why? Why would you like? What is your thing? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. One ice dancer. Welcome to the stage. And,
Hi, Schmuel.
Hey, this is I'm Schmuel. That's Panhandler and Dave Sarah.
Hello.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hi, I just wanted to ask a quick question, Schmuel.
Knock yourself out.
Have you ever played New Vegas?
No. I think
You
the
should.
last video game I played was Lode Runner.
You don't even get this as a callback of Mersh asking you this
Probably on DOS.
question earlier.
Is it supposed to be funny or something? I don't know.
I mean, Mersh is a fucking idiot, so he thinks it's funny. But Mersh asked you this
Fallout
question.
game. It's a Fallout game.
Asked you this question on one of your streams recently.
Do you
How
play
I
New
know this and
Vegas?
you don't fucking know this is unreal.
Somebody was asking. No, I thought that. All right. I saw it in chat and I've seen it on Twitter, but I didn't think it was directed at me.
Mersh asked you directly, old man.
but it's right. And Panhandler, I'm old. There's not a lot of
So am I.
plasticity left in my brain, and it's like I get asked a lot of questions I don't think about 10 minutes later.
Yeah,
You know?
Panhandler. When you're a guy, you don't remember all your shows. You
Yeah,
know
exactly.
how
Another reason I'm not a guy. I'm just I pay way too close attention to all
Ah.
this bullshit.
I
But
don't
why?
remember
But
what I
anyway,
did
why
last
would
night.
that? But why would that be funny? Like that's what I'm wondering. Like,
Because
why would
Mersh
my
loves
playing or not
Mersh
playing
loves
it?
himself some Mersh, so he wants to inject himself anywhere possible, even though he hates the Dabbleverse. That's why.
Sure.
No, but I don't know. Marsh and I have a decent relationship.
You're fucking
right?
crazy if you don't think
We-
Mersh is using you for some angle. Mersh has.
Oh, I'm not.
He's a fucking human piece of shit.
I'm not stupid, and it's just like
Okay, well, don't say
he
don't
uses
say that you
me.
have this relationship, 'cause
He
you
uses.
don't have this relationship. You don't.
I'm sure he uses me. I use him. I guess in a way, it doesn't feel like that. But also, this brings me to whoever I said this to the other night. I have to correct myself. I thought Mersh was invited to Hackamania straight, like just got an invite. And someone said he has to sell tickets in order to get invited, and that is correct.
Interesting.
And-
Does Mersh
and-
know that?
Though Mersh is the one that answered the question.
How many tickets does he have to sell to be invited?
I didn't ask because to me it didn't matter, right? Like it's either pregnant or not pregnant kind of thing, right? Like you're either coming and you're on the invite list, or you gotta sell tickets, whether
Now,
it's
what if-
1 or 15.
Now, what if you have a retarded baby? What does that matter?
I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
If he starts doing De Niro, I'm
It's
out.
a no,
I'm out
no.
again.
It's a New Vegas reference.
I don't.
That's a. Oh, is it?
Grown
No,
man.
it's
I don't
not.
play video
It's
games.
it's not a New Vegas reference either.
Dude, I love that you guys play video games and stuff. It amazes me. I don't have time to do what I'm doing now. I could not imagine sitting down for 2 or 3 hours and playing a video game. But promo code Cankles. Speaking of which, Hackamania.com, April 9th, 10th, and 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Promo code Buckman.
How many of those you got? How many of those you sold yet?
I have no idea. I don't think I sold any.
Oh,
I've had the promo code forever, and I think I've had it up once, maybe twice, and I've completely forgotten about it until it just came up now.
did you buy your ticket on your promo code?
No, I bought my ticket on
End of
somebody else's
story.
promo code,
End of story.
right? That was back before I knew I could get a promo code.
I know. It was a trick question. I was about to say, well, that's because Melton's a piece of shit for making sure that half the tickets were already sold before, more than half the tickets were already sold before he fucking starts sending out promo codes, rogue promo codes.
All right, so this is Dr. Mega G Buckman. You just got trolled bad.
And I try to prevent it. You don't listen.
I'm hurting. I don't want to prevent it. Why would I want to prevent it?
I love
Right?
that they dick you over and I get yelled at. I don't know how this keeps.
No,
happening.
because you're like going, oh yeah, you were trolled bad. How
I didn't
is
say
that-
you were trolled bad. I just said you were trolled.
Oh, I'm trying to prevent it. But
Well, fuck you. Then I'll start helping them troll you. Then if that you like it so much.
no, I don't want them to. There's a difference between her coming on and asking me if I play whatever New Vegas, and versus somebody saying that my wife is throwing me out. Right?
Yes.
Slight difference, but the thing is, she is, what do you call it? I don't have a problem with her. It wasn't like brutal to me. I thought it was funny. It was quick. It was easy, right? Boom. There you go. And I got a lovely message from her after. You know?
Was it more of her forehead?
Was it a big fat ass and a big pair of tits?
She said, Schmuel, you're a great guy. That Mersh is a dick, but no, I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
I wanted to say Panhandler and I fucking said Mersh.
Yeah,
No,
Freudian slip. No,
Wow.
you'd be right on both accounts.
Yeah. So
Now you're
there we go.
Chad at the roast.
But I had to give.
lines.
I know. I had to give thing. Ice Dancer and I have communicated on DMs with some stuff, and I don't know. Always been nice to me, and I am always happy to see a guy get into a decent relationship. And I think the stuff with Mersh is hilarious, where he hasn't, like I've said this before, hasn't had a chick in like 10 years. And then all of a sudden, it's like a week into the relationship, he's like, yeah, gotta take the chick out to
How the fuck do
dinner
you know
this
the
weekend.
relationship is good? Because Mersh told you?
They seem
He's
like
such
a
an
fine
honest
couple.
guy. No, you
Come
don't
on.
fucking know. Unless you're behind closed doors, you have no fucking
She
idea.
has her wits about her. She's fine. She knows how to handle herself.
She spent she spent a weekend with Ethan Routh. She does not have her wits.
Well,
Okay?
I'd say
She does
her
not.
taste
Every-
was
look-
The end.
exquisite.
The end. I'm sure she's a nice girl. I don't
Everybody
blame her.
make
I'm just
mistakes.
saying.
Haven't you ever woken up with a fat broad? Come on.
I mean, even with my bank account, I look like caviar next to Ethan Ralph.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like caviar. Wow.
You're a much better drug user too, Dave. You're a much better
right.
drug user.
That's right.
And apparently somebody plays this Vegas game because Stephen M is giving you guys a spoiler or a tip. Whatever it is. If anyone is interested, the Gauss rifle is located in the north end of the map. It's always my go-to weapon.
Hell yeah.
Whenever I
Dude.
started,
Is this guy new or has he been around?
I don't recognize the name.
That's so interesting. Remember what you said about how people are integrated into YouTube now because of what you're talking about versus what is actually written in the title or something? I wonder if this guy hit an algo because somebody brought up New Vegas, Fallout, and then chat saying New Vegas, and like he's just like, hey, this is a gaming chat. Wow.
Steve at Steven_M. You got to let us know how you found us.
Interessante.
But I think he knows because he's asking this question. Was that Rim Job's girl? I think he didn't come to us through the gaming thread.
Okay. Questions have been answered.
Stealth Chaos. I have never said chick in my life. Well, they don't really use that in rest areas, do they? All right. Anyway, go ahead. Dave, you can laugh.
Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious.
That is funny, isn't it?
Stephen N S or whoever you are, Stephen M. Oh shit, he's got Ray DeVito as his fucking avatar. I should have recognized that.
Oh, okay. NJ Ranger 201, Schmuel is Caesar next year. I had to make a joke, and the joke had to be with a language that doesn't exist, and I was scolded that I didn't know that, and that the person knows how to is fluent in the language that does. That was a private message for someone. There you go, guys.
Okay.
Look, decline. This guy says here, decline host, teach our boy.
Some Pizzagate nonsense you were just talking.
Decline host is really probably the reason, right, Dave, that I'm still here. I mean, he was such a help in the beginning, getting me going, starting the show.
I mean, I already gave up supertips.gg to Moody, so you could drop this bit now, I think. So
No, the client host was the guy, man. Without the client host.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Yeah, you don't think it's funny? You don't think what he did helping me, considering how mean he is to everyone else, was not interesting or uninteresting?
Ha ha.
Yeah, so no, the client host went after me when I first started, like fucking after me. And I got all butthurt and I called Dave. And I'm like, Dave, the client host got to me. And Dave schooled me. And it really was some of the best advice I got. And so thank you to client host. We'd not be here today if that were not the case.
Decline has too strong of a base for you to judo throw him like that. You know,
Yeah, it's like
he's not going to use his own energy against you.
He's using
What I don't get, Dave, maybe you can explain it to me. You have some of the meanest chatters in this Dabbleverse in your chat between Decline Host, unban Josh Jenny fan, and that CCCK guy. And respect to all of them because they're mean motherfuckers. But how do they all end up in your chat?
I don't. These are my
Because I
people.
hate you, and I don't want to be in your
These
chat.
are my
Like I feel like I'm
people.
sort of in their same group, maybe not
Well,
as mean as them, but
You have not earned your stripes, Pan.
no, I mean now I got to do better.
I don't
You got to
know
play
what it
video
is.
games first step.
Oh, that's not. Good.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's
Can
the-
I
it's the-
follow
it's
up
the-
on this
it's
and
the-
say something
people
interesting
know-
about
people
this,
know
though?
They won't. People know they won't get blocked. They won't get banned. They can pretty much say whatever, and it's.
But is Sarah one of the few guys that transcends like all sorts of streams? Right?
I'll say this about Dave, and I'll be sincere. He does seem like a very sweet man. However, I want to fucking murder him almost every time I talk with him. But then I'm like over it. Like I don't like hold a grudge against Dave. Like I'll be in his chat later that night, busting his chops. Like he does have this quality that it's very difficult to stay very angry at Dave for a long time.
But he does.
I don't know why that is.
This is Neverland. You got to play with me, Peter. You're doing it. You're playing.
See
with
now,
us.
okay, now I'm going to start hating you more.
Well,
Good.
that's
Thank
gay.
you.
That's a
Keep doing
gay.
that.
That's a gay representation of what I'm just saying that, like, you know, you can't get so mad at everything. I assume that everybody that's as mean as a motherfucker is just trying to be funny, and that's just what it is.
Right.
Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's misplaced anger.
Yeah, but they do let you. You are able.
I pander to them too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
true.
really, I
You
really
do.
bend the
You
knee
do.
to them.
You do. You
But-
do.
I'm kind of a
Yeah.
bitch, actually.
Yeah.
2026, the year of the nice guy.
But it's like you have a special passport that allows you to go from stream to stream to stream to stream without being harmed, right?
Oh,
Like-
unscathed, you say?
Yeah, people like you, and
Well.
and you go on shows that
Stop.
don't necessarily get along,
God.
and then I do laugh because I've heard like Melton trash you and Carl trash you, and then later on I've heard them say like, it's Dave Sarah gets it, you know.
I don't know what to tell you, Buckman. I'm not really angry at these people. I criticize whatever I criticize, and I'm honest where I'm honest. I don't know. I try to be honest. People think I lie about things. I try not to lie about anything. I don't think I have. You know, I might have, you know, whatever. So that's just pretty much, I just try to, hey, enough with the ball washing, but I just try to be authentic. That's it. And not take this stuff so seriously. I love you.
Good, yeah. That's what it is, Dave. No,
All
but
right.
it's serious. Like, but you're also a nice guy. Like, you help me out.
People pity me.
right?
I think people pity me. I think really what it comes down to is like, it's like I have cancer or something. They're like, oh, yeah, he's not funny, but at least you know he kind of gets it, and he's and his mother he lives with his parents.
Well, I
and
think
he's
that's more what it
whatever.
is, because that's what I get
Sure.
all the time. Is
Sure.
like, you know, I really admire Dave taking care of his
Oh
parents.
God, this is the
I mean,
worst.
he's an asshole and a cokehead, but the way he takes care of his parents.
Oh my, okay,
What a
everybody-
guy.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know?
Oh yeah, I'm blessed. No, but I really that's what I think people just pity me, but also you know, like Clearwater Chad and Karmic X saw, if you come act for Dave Sarah, you get the horns. You know, because I fucking crushed both of them this year.
Well, you were on with Clearwater the other night, right, on Ray's stream?
Yeah, now we're friends, and we're still friends today. Yeah, it's fine. We got over.
Did you make him
beef.
bend the knee, or what was the deal?
I don't know. Yeah, I brought him onto the show. I extended the olive branch. I was in the season of giving this year. This is turning a new leaf, Buckman. I'm telling you. Nice Dave
We
Sarah.
can stop being nice to Dave now. No.
Okay, yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
Let's go back to
done.
being mean to Panhandler.
Wow, speaking of being mean to Dave Sarah, we found one. Kim Nicholson, 420. I don't pity anyone who doesn't have a
Good.
job but can afford drugs.
Damn right. And you shouldn't. As you shouldn't. Because my runway is getting very, very steep.
Yeah, I believe
is
it's
it?
short, but yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah, I got, you know, Buckman knows what my stock account looks like.
I do. I also do get the, what do you call it? The phone call where you're telling me, like, you're all coked up, fucking rocking.
That's not ever the case.
It's like the fucking
Never the case.
spaceship going off, and you're explaining to me about the puts and the calls and the Palantir and the whatever and the stock thing, and I'm like, okay, Dave, okay, calm down,
No,
calm down.
That's natural. How you think I want to call you when I'm on cocaine? Get the fuck out of here. I'm never
I
on
figure
cocaine
I'm the
at
last
9
person
o'clock
that'll
in the
talk.
morning.
I figure I'm the only person that'll talk to you after, like you've worn out everybody else.
I also don't do it at 9 a.m. in the morning when you usually call me.
Well, it's 12 o'clock here. I'm an old man. I have to get up
that.
early.
I know that.
Right?
I know.
I know.
saying.
I always look at my clock and I always go, "Is it okay to call Dave?"
It's usually fine. I mean, I'm up. I'm just. Anyway, why?
I do like it when you tell me to hold on a second, and then 15 minutes later I'm still sitting there, and you're
Yeah.
like completely forgotten
And
there
I'm-
was a phone call.
Not completely forgot there's a phone call, but like you hear the background. You know what I'm doing at 9:30 in the morning. It's in and out of the kitchen. People, my mother, my father asking me questions. I'm checking my dad's sugar. I'm doing the pills. I'm getting my brother Rockstar. It's a fucking zoo.
It is a lot of chop, 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 right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Especially now that I'm not working, or even it all started when I started working from home. Brother, man, when I started working from home, forget it. Might as well. I was unemployed, and I was just like, you know, once they know you're home, they ask you to do everything.
Gotcha. Hey, is Mersh sniping us? Because if he is, I'd like Panhandler can, what do you call it?
I have no
Well,
idea. I mean,
welcome
if he-
him to the snipe because I know how much you
I doubt he's not going to take attention away from Mersh. To
you
snipe
like the guy.
us.
I don't think you give him enough.
Shut
credit.
up! Just stop while watching Mersh. He's a piece of shit. Period. The end.
you
Nobody
really- you
loves
don't-
Mersh more than Mersh, and I'm just so fucking sick of it. Stop begging for the link. You've got
Well,
two of your own
everybody,
shows,
you know, it's
3 of your own shows.
I
Or
get
three of your own
I
shows.
get that nobody likes Mersh more than Mersh, but isn't that the way we're supposed to be?
No. Have some humility.
All I know is that if Matt Mead is moving to Tampa and these fucking idiots don't do a Tampa Dabble House or whatever the fuck you call it, Dabble Tank, okay, with Mersh, Chad, Mead, who else is down there? Joey C, who else is down there? Fucking just throw Jake Hudson into the mix if you have.
Are you doing like a fish tank thing or a
Yeah.
Big Brother?
As somebody who lived in Tampa for 25 years, the worst thing possible if Mead goes down there is if Scarlett goes. Because the OnlyFans and the porn industry in Tampa is fucking huge. And that will not be good for that young lady. So Mead can go, and I like Matt. Scarlett
Interesting.
definitely should not go to Tampa.
Interesting.
Without a doubt. Do not go
Is
to
she-
Tampa.
Yeah.
Do not go.
Is she, what her age? Is she like long in the tooth for porn, or is she like the right age, or what's the deal?
I mean, she looks
Long
way
in the
too young
tooth.
to even be in porn, so I don't think she has to worry about aging out anytime soon.
Well, Karen
And-
Feehan just turned 42 or something, so she definitely needs to change her shit to
Is
MILF
Karen that
or
old?
something. Oh, yeah, baby.
Is she?
She just turned 42, I think.
I never got the big deal about her. I don't understand the obsession with her.
I mean, she's got a nice booty.
I'm not saying she's
tits.
unattractive, but I just never got it. I never.
Well,
understood.
I mean,
like
I
I
was
don't.
literally-
She's also not very likable. Like I just don't. I'm just
Yeah, she's not likable, and her face
No.
is not great.
no.
It's very pulled back, also.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like a whore, so I get the appeal. But
Yeah,
Just,
she's
I mean,
got the
there's-
whore
there-
eyes.
there's 5 million of them on Twitter every day. You can see.
Yeah, but they're not all funny.
She is funny. I'll give her that.
She's one of the
And,
better ones, I guess.
For a
But
female comic, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
but she's done really well with that OnlyFans, right? I mean, right?
I don't
And
know.
hey, man, I guess if you can do it and you're smart enough, she wouldn't have to do it forever, right?
Her hands are getting cryptic.
Oh,
Like,
that shit.
Crypt.
Yeah,
Keeper,
women.
cryptic.
Yeah, they got a bad deal with
Skeletonial.
with the hand steal.
Oof.
So do men. I have like, it's so weird because now I'll take a picture and I'm like, oh, who's that old guy looking back at me? You know, my arthritis is acting up.
Well, good thing you put your
And-
mug on stream 3 times a week.
Hey, man, I got to tell you, it took me a long time to get over that. Like that was in the beginning. Dave, right? I was like trying every fucking possible thing I could do to look better. on camera, and I'm like, I finally just gave up. And I'm like, this is what it is. So I've learned to come to accept myself. A little advice I would like to give Karmic.
Karmic.
Panhandler, why so miserable?
Hey, Pat. No, don't ask that. Ask him. So, what's been interesting to you lately in the Dabbleverse, or anything else? Fuck the Dabbleverse, maybe.
No, nothing actually has been really that. Like I said, I haven't been too much into this Poltergate. I don't find it that interesting. It's a little slow. I think, you know what? I'll piss you off right here, Dave. Kevin is losing me as a longtime fan. He is losing me, and I'm sure he's gonna. I'm sure it's going to keep him up at night. But I get that he hates his fans, but he's taken it too far. Like, his shows are so fucking bad now, and they've been bad for a long time. And I'm done with this. He's going to do one good show a month, and then I'm going to behave because I'm worried about getting paid on the 21st. I can't go through. I can't go through another year of that fucking grift. I can't.
You know what? Maybe, hopefully, we'll get some better MLCs in 2026 when he just lets it all go, and it just turns into just a complete shit show train wreck. I'm waiting for that. I mean, the anger is still pretty prime, but I am,
I know, but if he's losing me, he's got to
find myself losing.
He's got to be losing other diehards too.
But it's not just him. It's everybody. I mean, it's everybody.
Again, I want to go back to this. Like, is it everybody? Like, or are we just imagining that it's everybody?
For me, yeah. Nobody's really been like, I tried even getting to this Penny and the whatever. Tommy had me for a little bit, but even I can't really watch his show.
Yeah, he fell off
a cliff. Karmic. I can't watch Chad. I can't watch any of these people for more than 10 seconds. I even went back to Shuli a couple times this week. I couldn't watch that for more than 15, 20 minutes, and I had to fast forward to the parts where they're only talking about John, like where John is on the screen and the video's playing. You know what I mean? So I can see what John's at least saying. So, and then even that was difficult. And so today I started listening to MLC, and like 30 minutes in, I'm like, I zoned out and went to history podcasts.
I will say this.
I should say
when in the past, when MLC had sniped me, it would always be good for about 10, 15 viewers. And now there's no effect at all. Like, nothing changes when Kevin is sniping me. So, because I used to get people who would come over from there and try to shit on me in the chat. Here, doesn't happen. So,
and I don't know if it's permanent, but he's lost his fastball a bit, I think. I just can't. And today, when he went off on like this 10-minute tangent about his betting, no one cares about your football bets, Kevin. No one. Absolutely no one.
I definitely think that for him, there is a market about that, and he's definitely pruned a lot of those people off. But I think it is maybe later, maybe this year, next year, if he just kind of slows down and just starts doing sports stuff mostly, I think his audience will set. I don't even know how to explain it.
Stokely or the guys that are heavy bettors or whatever. Yeah. That's like three guys. Like, it's not the majority of his chat.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are some heavy bettors or whatever in MLC chat.
And it's a big industry, and I guess if you have, you can, but
it's very hard to be funny about betting. It's very fucking.
His audience is so curated, and the jokes are so inside now. It's like, it's too late for me, son.
And even the shitting on Chad, to me, I'm over it. It's like, oh, all right.
I think that's
sweeping for Chad is brutal.
Chad's a liar. We got it. Okay, next. I mean, what the fuck? Talk about milking it. Enough is enough.
That's the only compelling storyline now, is like how crazy of a victim shaming and victim blaming fucking Kevin is, which is wild.
But for all the shit Chad gets, there'd be no stories without Chad, besides, between going to Mersh's, the girlfriend, the apartment, the turkey, the Thanksgiving. We're still talking about the fucking credit cards 6 years later.
He just came out with
I'm just saying, he gets so much hate, but everybody talks about him. So he doesn't get enough credit, too, for he is a lot of the content for these shows.
Yeah, Earl Skakel
better and different.
Yeah,
right. So
Earl was like, it revolves around him almost.
It does. He's kind of replaced
wild.
John,
but he's not.
As the
but he's not
matter.
Benefiting from it. That's the
part
that's
the beauty of locals. Well, that's the localness right there, right?
Yeah, he doesn't. That's the whole thing. Is like, you would think he could. I don't know. He would like capitalize on it, but it just doesn't happen. And so then it becomes like you just become Stuttering John, where you're just getting abuse right? And there's no real payoff for you.
Right. That's then you're stuck into the low countness. You got to dig your way out. That's when you got more haters than fans.
But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't really do anything to dig himself out. Like I feel like he just digs himself in deeper, and it's tiring. Like this fake girlfriend thing. It's just tired. It's like more Chad's bullshit, more Chad's bullshit, and there will always be people that like that. But it just seems like the number is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. I mean, with Chad, I don't subscribe. I don't watch. Every once in a while, I'll check Buzmak. I watch by proxy. So I don't know exactly what the appeal is, but
I mean, I wasn't even
a lot of
hating on
haters.
Chad. I'm just saying he deserves more credit, loosest
Sure.
sense of the term, than he gets.
Yeah. Look, I can sit here and shit on Gilly and Karmic all fucking day. There's no person I could be on unless I'm literally finger banging Ashley Cummings on screen for me to be on, even on Christmas Day, to make $2,100 with these people. It ain't happening. So the fact that Karmic and these people, they're like still bringing in some kind of amount of money is like, it's means that maybe we're not out of the woods yet. Maybe this thing is still avalanching and I don't know, getting bigger. How could it possibly? Brennan's numbers are definitely down. His money's definitely down this year. If you look at the playboard numbers, he made a nice little push at the end here, but he's gonna fall probably short of $200,000 this year, which is still fucking amazing.
But you think?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
that's it. And just
That
so
people
that's
are
only one show.
But his true fans, they don't. MKE, Karmic, Gilly, Chad, both Chads. I mean, Clearwater Chad needs to just go away, period. But he has the same, and I understand Kevin has a formula, but he doesn't change it at all. And it's just so fucking boring. It is the same show over and over and over and over. And and the worst part is, it's not that funny anymore. Like
Well,
before, he could get away with it because it was funny. And Kevin is a funny guy. But now it's the same show. It's fucking Groundhog Day.
I think that if like Chad's in a unique position here, I don't have the right amount of credibility with Kevin to do this type of stuff and be like and try and invite like other comedians on to do the show. Like I've talked to Kevin about it and he says yes until it comes down time to do it and then it's no.
You know how
So
bad
it's
it's not, Dave, though? You're one of the better guests. When you're on,
Well, I appreciate that.
I'll watch.
Are you
And
saying
I-
that's a
stopped trying
bad
to be-
thing?
I
And I
stopped
hate
trying to be
you.
fun.
But-
I stopped
but-
trying to
but-
be funny.
It's more interesting, and even him shitting on you, at least it's something different.
Sure.
when he does. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
see somebody else catch some shrapnel.
Sure.
It's, you know?
And
Yeah.
right, and you're not the kind of guy. I'll ball wash you here.
No,
But
I didn't ball wash
you're
him at
also
all.
not the one that sits there and goes like when he was doing basically blaming the people for not
Yeah.
locking in their lockers, like it was their like
I called them Mother Goose.
they should, and you were like, that's like asking, why were you wearing that or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the other morons that are with him, they don't do that. They'll just sit there,
And sit
You know.
there and agree. Yeah, 100%. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna push back on that. But obviously, that's not even my point. My point is so for example, let's just say, I invite Ian Edwards on. Ian Edwards was just on Rogan. I even reached out to him and said, do you want to do an AMA for the Kill Tony subreddit? Would you want to do Misery Loves Company with Kevin Brennan? He said yes to both. And then, first of all, Kevin ignores my messages on shit like that. Unless it's like literally like if he says he wants somebody and you get him within 72 hours, first of all, it's never like a comic that I can get or something like that. It's always like some obscure fucking boyfriend of some Dabbleverse, you know what I mean? Like if it's pertinent to the story, I want this bitch to come on my show and talk yada yada yada. It's like if it doesn't happen in 72 hours, it's dead. Don't even ask.
Thank you, AB.
So it's like I'm not gonna try doing this stuff if like.
But you have
it's
sort
just
of
a waste
relationship
time.
with Earl, and I know Earl's got certain rules. Like he only likes to go on with other comedians, and you're, I guess, in the loosest sense of the
Very
term,
loose.
a comedian. I mean, you were on Kill Tony, so whatever.
Okay.
Can you get Earl on, or have you talked to Earl at all about having Earl come on more?
Earl's been on. Him and Earl
I know
already
he's
have a
been on.
relationship. Yeah. So that he doesn't even need me for that. Like, see, this is what I was trying to get to.
But I was
My
talking
point-
more about Earl's rule, that he doesn't want to just be Dabbleverse. Like, he likes it when like Florentine or like actual
Sure.
comedians are on the show. With
To be
Kevin.
more clear, Earl doesn't like talking about the Dabbleverse, right? Like he doesn't.
But you're right. He doesn't, but he'll do it. But
He'll do it on his stream. A
okay,
little bit.
this is what I was trying to get to was this is like the type of credit and cachet that I don't necessarily have. Like, I can't so Chad invites Yakov Smirnoff on, and he's on with Yakov Smirnoff because all three of them are comics. They're gonna all talk about the road and yada yada. Chad invites Jeff Dye. She's on with Jeff Dye. He's not like just booking these people straight up to have a one-on-one. So then now it's like, okay, if I book Ian Edwards, okay, well, I'm gonna come on with Ian Edwards, and like, do I really add to that? No. All I'm really doing is acting as like but I don't know either of them that well to be that way. So it's kind of defeat. So I understand where it's a little bit different, but he's not really, he's looking to he's down to have comics on if somebody like Chad
But no offense
is like
to Chad.
in the room with them too. Cause I think he doesn't want to have like this awkward one-on-one with people he doesn't know.
Right, but that Yakov Smirnoff was a pretty good episode, and Chad didn't add a lot. And I'm not dunking.
It's like safe for him to be there though.
But you could do the same thing, just sit there and look stupid.
Right. I could do that.
Yes, you do it very well.
Yeah, and Chad knows these people, and like he's open for them, and he's like much more well known. I mean, he's well known, and I'm not known, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, like he's pretty well known in the circuits,
Right.
especially in his area and stuff like that. So
Forth, right. Yeah, if somebody's coming to Side Splitters or whatever,
yeah,
there's
most
already in
comics
Tampa.
seem to get along with him. Just
Get along with Chad?
I guess. I mean, I guess.
I feel like it's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Burnt obviously know, and we know the famous stories of all the people that hate him. But I think, generally speaking, especially like when you turn 50, and then like in all the other comics coming up, like they've all like all the people your age have all passed you by. They've all graduated from Side Splitters, so you're not seeing them every single weekend. So like he's got this new class of younger comics that he's like mentoring. He feels like, I'm sure there's some of that going on that he loves.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Going on with Kevin Brennan? Do you know who he is?
Who do you think's better known in the comedy community, Chad or Ray DeVito?
I think it'd be geographical, really.
Say it again. Say it again.
Who's known better? Who's known more in the comedy community, Chad or Ray DeVito?
I'd have to say Chad.
I'd agree.
I'd have to say Chad was on the radio. He made some friends on the West Coast. Made
Right,
some
and he
enemies
didn't
on the
accuse
West
Patton
Coast.
Waswalt of
Made some
murdering his
enemies.
wife,
Right,
so
right.
there's that.
Made some enemies. Yeah, got kicked out. He's been kicked out of a lot of states. Yeah.
Well, I had a laugh because when I was on with Chad and he was talking about I asked him about leaving Las Vegas or leaving Los Angeles, and he was like, I just got tired of it and it wasn't working, and I didn't even know who the guy was at the time, and they were fucking gonna put him out on a rail, right? He'd have been tarred and feathered.
I don't think it would have been like that, but he would have, he was getting some hate.
All right.
And I want to say Patton Oswalt is Jewish, maybe. So that might hurt.
I don't know.
Not sure though.
Well, I think accusing somebody of murdering their wife. AB CM8EC for the second time tonight.
And the best thing is
Just another Schmuel Buckman membership. Thank you, AB.
And I think
and there is no God, I can assure you. Stealth Chaos received that membership. So,
maybe.
Stealth, enjoy your month. Let me see some. Oh, I wanted to. So this was So I listened to, and I have to, because Panhandler said he didn't want to talk about it, so well, the Chad credit card thing, right? And did you listen to his explanation, Dave? Pay attention, please. Did you basically? Well, you heard it because Kevin was saying that, they left the lockers open, right?
Okay.
And then Chad said, there was another guy who was doing it, whatever.
Yeah.
I
something
got
like that.
more convinced than ever that what happened was Chad saw the other guy do it and was like, let me steal that bit. Just like he steals everything else. Like,
Okay.
I know it's a reach, and I could have put it together better, but
Pick up
it
a
definitely
pen.
it definitely feels like that. I know I have to pick up a pen, but I'm like, oh man, stole a credit card, stole the bit, right? Like, I just can't imagine that somebody would have talked to him and mentioned it, and then just, ooh, not a
Honestly,
bit.
I'm gonna claim it right now. I think Ray has a good 2026. I've actually been enjoying listening to his show lately, and just how ridiculous he sounds. It's amazing. And being on his show now too is fun again. It's like he's kind of he seems like in a much happier mood. So I'll just go ahead and say Ray over Chad in 2026,
I yes,
and I'm
we
gonna
had
get
great.
vetoed. I'm sure.
We had awesome ham talk on Christmas Eve with Ray, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it, man. I
I
love it.
mean, they're both idiots because they should do a show together and just argue with each other the entire time. I mean, they continue to shoot themselves in the foot with
I
this shit.
I only disagree with you. I think it would be good, but I just think that Chad would just ruin it because Chad is just like he just becomes an obstinate asshole, and it just like everything he does, he overdoes, right? Like the girlfriend thing could have gone on forever and it would have been funny, but he's got the whole Thanksgiving story
What
and a
exactly was gonna be
fight.
funny? I don't see how that's funny.
I'm trying to give him I'm trying to give the
The
guy a
lie,
benefit.
any form of lying or something like that is gonna be considered grifting. Anything, anytime you lie, it's gonna be considered grifting. Even though intuitively having a girlfriend shouldn't necessarily think, but it's maybe somebody thinking, oh, he's got a girlfriend. Here's $20. Go take your fucking girlfriend out. Let me say a funny comment and blah blah blah. The bike thing is a clear and present grift. Fuck the fucking credit cards that everyone he's already served his time and his penance for that. This bike thing is nonsense. It's nonsense, all right? So he needs to be called out on it every single fucking day of the week until that bike is melted into the ground.
First of all, I want to say Teodoro 26. I'm with you. I think having a fake girlfriend is pretty funny.
And fine.
Uh,
That's why I'm not even that mad about it. Like I don't even care. This doesn't bother me. The bike is dangerous stuff, Chadley. Because you're taking an expensive monetary thing and you're pretending like it's been stolen, and that's trying to gain a sympathy reaction of somebody for monetary value in my eyes.
It also doesn't seem like a pretend girlfriend, at least in his case, should have been that difficult. Like, you're gonna know what chicks, right? If you have a girl in your house, it's gonna be like she's gonna use a certain shampoo or a lotion or something like that. Just, I don't know. Look it up if you're gonna try to pull this off.
It doesn't matter. There's no amount of money or whatever, or coaxing or making fun of me that would make me get up and go get something of my girls downstairs. Fuck you.
Right.
You don't believe me? I don't. Okay. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I wasn't.
No. I'm saying just for like I didn't understand why Chad even gave into it. That was a bad move. Fuck you. I don't care.
Right,
Yeah.
but like come up with a story about, like if you're doing the girlfriend thing, you're like, my chick's fucking, finesse or whatever, in the showers, a pain like or the razor, right? Like the fucking lady shaver. I don't know, they're not new, they're not unique, but they would at least lend some credibility to it. But David, I have to ask this question.
Sure.
I have no idea what this bike story is, other than there was a bike stolen.
He pretended the bike was stolen on MLC. He said that he got a newer, more expensive bike. He took a picture of some newer, expensive bike that we found on Instagram, right? So this is, again, the Chad thinking, even on his show he might have shown it. Chad thinking that, like, Instagram and fucking thing and Twitter are two separate worlds, and they ain't. Maybe he took his bike in to get repaired or something, or he had to pawn it, who knows? And they had a loaner, who knows what this actual story is. The truth of the matter is that he pretended that he had a $400 or $500 bike stolen, and that he now had an $800 to $1,200 bike, whatever that is. So that's the story. And like he keeps writing it, and it's like clearly a different.
Blade.
But what's the grift? What's the grift part? That's where I'm missing the grift part. Did somebody give him money for it?
I mean, it's just like I don't know what they call it. There's a word for it on the internet, and it is a form of grifting. It's like sympathy baiting. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, you're trying to get people to feel sorry for you for a monetary thing that was lost to you, lost.
Is it
know what I
almost
mean?
like a GoFundMe for a fake injury kind of
There you
thing?
go. There you go. Exactly. I mean, yes. I mean, definitely a fake whatever. So
It, yeah.
it just
Look,
feels. It doesn't feel like content. I get it. The fake girlfriend, the punch in the face, the Kumia country, all that. That's fine. That doesn't even bother me. I think it's lame and it's stupid. But once you start talking about shit getting stolen from your house and coming online, oh, my bike got stolen, blah blah blah, and then who knows? I don't know if he ever said this or not, but maybe he accepts a $5 thing, and somebody writes, here for the new bike or something. And again, it could be uh, uh, um, subconscious, but it's just playing on people's emotions, like
Gotcha.
in a direct monetary way.
all right, then yeah.
I
It
guess
just
he's not soliciting it, so fine.
but it just blows me away that he's been doing this for 20 something years and still can't like he certainly can't put any kind of little grift together. So how does he put jokes together? Like I've seen him perform, you know? KB's material is funny as fuck. I'll tell you. So I would like to get us wrapped up in the next 10 minutes or so, but I do have a question about KB and the money. Kevin always likes to talk about the money. Does it
By the way,
seem
it
that
sounded like you made that delivery on a bicycle.
does it seem like Kevin is making he's taking a 30% hit, but does it seem like most of his money comes from a much smaller group of people than the other shows?
I mean, he has got a few high rollers, whatever, but Kevin, a few years ago, would never pay attention as much as he does to $2 super chats. So there's been some sort of change, right? Like
He's
he's
live
lost
a lot.
Riles.
Yeah.
He's lost Riles, Bentley. I don't think Deadfool is over there anymore. Even Borgo. Maybe they do stuff behind the scenes with Venmo or stuff. But he's definitely lost some of the bigger donators or super chatters. Maybe they are doing stuff behind the selling them or whatever. But as
I
far
was
as
just
future is concerned,
I was just wondering if he got more money from fewer people, right? Like,
yeah, I would
does
say
he have like a lot
that's
of like
a good question.
bigger donators, right? So he doesn't need 1,400 people. He's got 500, and he's got those guys donate more than like the $2 dividend. He doesn't even need those. He's getting 50s and hundreds. Does that still happen?
I mean, Karmic
it
sends him
happens.
fucking $100 to get the link. I mean, Karmic pays for the link,
that's
so
wild, yeah.
he's got that. How the fuck that fucking kid doesn't get called out for that shit is beyond me.
I mean, I bought him $100 in memberships this year, but I'm still in the green as far as getting paid by him.
No.
Look, yeah, I think everybody's numbers are kind of down. Obviously,
get
Playboard's a
worse,
whole
too.
other story with Super Tip coming into play, and it's definitely taking some money. But Kevin has turned almost into a boomer version of like a fucking Twitch streamer.
Yep.
And it's like, I mean, he took
he's
a
got
model that worked.
Fiercely loyal fans. Like,
Yeah.
he has that core group that are never going to leave him. And even though I say that I'm, getting tired or he's losing me, I'll still be watching and I'll still be donating here and there. So he's turned it into to Dave's point, his own little industry, and he's going to be fine regardless. But I think everybody takes a hit in 2026. I think the economy is really about to tank, and disposable income is going to be a lot fewer and far between, in my opinion.
I mean, I could see a world where if we convince, not we, but I can, there might be a world where I convince him or somebody convinces him to go onto Stream Elements, and it might be a new thing for him. And I'm not saying it's going to change his show, but I don't know. It might make him excited to do something a little different and maybe inspiring a little more. I have no clue. But I think he's 65 years old. You don't change 65-year-old motherfuckers. Let him let the dog go into the woods and die alone.
Still possible I could come out.
You know what I mean? So eventually,
But I don't even think it's yes, the age is a factor, but I think with all of you guys, and this includes Shmuel, you're all the smartest guys in the room. None of you will ever accept a loss. None of you really take criticism well or suggestions well, and that's fine. It's your shows. Run it any way the fuck you want. But it's wild to me that you guys like Patrick, and I think he does this just to drive me crazy. He knows everything about obviously streaming, everything about technology, everything about cars, everything about interior design, everything about cooking. Okay, you know you're a fucking Renaissance man. Like, but that's all you guys know everything about everything, and it's so fucking annoying. We're all fucking losers, including the guys doing shows.
It's not as annoying as a guy who keeps saying he's not a guy.
No,
Dave,
I mean,
let's not do this. This will get Dave.
We've taken to this terminology guy.
I'm just busting Panhandler's balls.
It should be a guy. Mine
Yeah,
for
but-
2026 is there's less guys like me on the screen and more either
Dave Saris.
KB, more Dave
More
Saris.
interesting people. More interesting people.
Absolutely. Entertainers. Guys that create content. 100%. And
Yeah,
I do think the herd gets thinned a little bit.
Well, KB doesn't create content, so there's that. Like,
KB is different. I mean, he's just a different animal. I do agree. But he can do a better show. And he just this fucking thing with him worried about YouTube taking his money 21 days of the month and doing one good show. It's just really fun. And again, he hates his audience, has a general disdain for all of us, and he's sticking it to us. So he's winning because if he was watching this, which he's not, he's happy as could be. He's finally happy because he knows that we know he hates us, and yet we still watch. So
I mean,
I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot.
You know, Bill Hader once said, you know, to Aziz Ansari, you know, if you took all those prototypical roles, you'd make a lot more money as an Indian person. If KB sat there and fucking just shit on Brandon Schaub or Whitney Cummings or fucking Shane Gillis and Joe, if you just sat there and shit, he would be 3 times bigger than what he is. But for some reason, I think he knows, but he just doesn't want to do it. And he's like, no, I'm comfortable in my little corner of the internet. And he's like, he kind of like runs it. He kind of has like seniority. So he's not really, he doesn't, you know, he knows all the inside jokes. So I think he's comfortable.
but and
Let him
that's
focus on
part
his kids.
right. And
Jesus
look,
Christ.
and let's give him credit for that because that's part of it too. Like, there's definitely people who think that they want to determine what your success is or what success means to you, and it's not that. It's like Dean from Australia and I we friends, but we go back and forth a little bit about this, which is like what you're trying to accomplish and what I'm trying to accomplish are two different things, you know? And I'm happy like doing what I do, and he's got a different view of how a show should be run and you know the way clips should be done and stuff like that. And it's what he does is fantastic, but I don't think I could do that. So I'm not going to just try to repeat that. I don't know if that made any sense, but
You focus on starting your show with audio. That's what you should focus on right now.
exactly. And I've been doing actually a pretty good job of that. I don't think we have audio issues for a while. And since I've been using the headset, I haven't pulled out the plug on my mic midstream
Mazel tov.
since. And that was a
You're
big...
turning into a real gamer now. See, you're already you almost transitioned to Kevin.
Yeah, I was neck. That's for sure.
Yeah, your neck does look extremely pussy-like today.
It does
Holy
look like a
shit.
pussy, doesn't it?
It
I
fucking
swear to God, I'm looking at it and thinking...
It looks like a camel toe pussy.
Did you ever see Little K? Did you ever see Little KB? Did you ever
Yeah,
see
it
Little
has
K?
the actual
So he's got
pussy.
he's got the little clit and
Yeah, it's
whatnot.
got an actual vagina for a neck.
I was gonna take a red pen one night and just draw a little line, like right in the
Don't do
middle.
that.
Don't
Don't
do
pander.
that.
Don't pander.
That's not pandering.
Yes,
Stop
it
it.
is. That's worse than me showing my bald spot.
Oh, you fucking.
You could make fun of me.
Well, somebody got mad last night because they were talking about, or you were talking about Propecia and shit.
Yeah.
And I made a joke about you, and somebody was like, Dave's got a great head of hair. Why are you making fun of him?
Oh, bless that child's heart.
Yeah, and I have like, yeah, he does. He does.
I got 4 more good years probably. Then I'm gonna look like a fucking turtle, like Matt Mead.
You
Are you
will look like Matt if you go bald. You will actually.
That's a fucking.
With that nose, yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of those like.
I look like a straight up fucking salamander.
It's so weird when you see some people like Matt Mead. Like you think he looks one way, and when you see him with a hat off, completely different. Right? Like you don't even recognize him.
I mean, he just, I don't know. I've never seen him in real life, but like, yeah, he does look like a turtle with a hat on.
But it's also like Karmic
That's
looks a
fine,
little
I mean-
retarded when he takes his glasses off.
Bro,
A little retarded. That's like saying you look a little old.
I thought all this talk about Carmix's height was funny. I mean, he looked, I guess, 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah,
to me,
he's
but
probably a good 6 feet. I bet.
he's got a little turkey neck going too. I can't. Now we're just gossiping
Yeah.
like fucking women about people.
Exactly, because
other men's weight.
we're all super model. It's time to end the stream.
Because men
We're all so good looking.
men never gossip. All right, cats. I'm gonna say goodnight to you, and I will stay with the stream for a minute or two to give my plugs. But do you guys have plugs? Plugs? Anybody? Panhandler?
Dave Sarah.
I hate you, David.
Oh, look at that. They just left me. All right, guys. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m., I'll be on with Husey and Ava. I don't know who else is going to be there. I have no idea what this is going to be like. So we'll see. We shall see. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Love you guys. And I tried to start doing a little thank you video for the end of the year. But it takes, right, when you start and stop it, must have done that about 45 times. I haven't got there. So I'll write it down and I'll do it. But honestly, when I started 25, I would never have expected I would be sitting here at the end of the year, enjoying myself so much and having so much fun with you guys and being so welcomed into the community as I have been. And yes, free Ashley. It's been great. Please, if you can, hit like, hit subscribe. Membership would be great. Super tip, just throw a couple of bucks so I can cover my EVMUX bill, or EVMUX bill is going to have to be paid in a couple of days. And Art Bell's giving me $4.44. I don't even know what that means. So I don't know if I'm being insulted or praised. Big W, stop the steal. Yeah, guys, by the way, Big W Clowntown, Saturday nights. Follow Big W. Very good dude and very right on point. And so that's the story, Morning Glory. We are out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. So I'm on with Husey at 6. That should go from like 6 to 7 or so. Husey usually does an hour. I don't know if it'll go long. I plan on being on at 8 o'clock. And we'll follow up whatever happened on Husey. Could be interesting, could be a bore. So tomorrow night might be awesome, or it might suck. We'll have to see. But I do like to get Stevie Lou on and have a talk with him. And let me know when I put the stream up. Please comment, see it. But let me know if there's anybody you'd like me to get on as a guest. And I think that would be fun. And I also think we're due or overdue for an Ashley visit. So I think we need to get that going. And I want all of you guys to bug Final Boss and tell him to come back on here. All right. And that's the deal, my friends. I will see you soon. Good night, everybody.